the United Nations making predictions that by 2050, we will be 9.7 billion people. If all these people get educated, get technologically empowered, 9.7 billion people or nearly 10 billion people on this planet is for sure going to be a disaster. Yes. We can make arrangements and arrangements, we can improve the arrangements, we can make more energy-saving machines, we can recycle the shit.
Step aside, skim milk. You're done, almond milk. There might be a new milk coming to town and it's about to crawl right into the dairy aisle at the supermarket. Cockroach milk. Scientists are saying cockroach milk could be one of the most nutritious things you can drink.
I am not a bigot. I am not a science denier. Cockroach milk is so much more sustainable and nutritious than real milk. I am a good global citizen who gets his recommended daily dosage of vitamin TV. The planet is dying because I exist. The good grown-ups on the TV screen are trying to help us solve this #climate crisis by helping us sterilize ourselves and eat sustainable nutrient-fortified vegan kibble so our sick, sad, dying mommy Earth can feel all better. I'm going to ask my wife's boyfriend if it is socially acceptable to consume cockroach milk as an ethical vegan and animal rights activist.
Discovered cockroach milk has 4 times as much protein as cow's milk. 4 times as much.
Yes. We can do all this, no matter what we create, no matter how much we strive, whatever we build, everything is going to be insufficient because the planet is going to be insufficient. I was in a conference and I said, see, unless you reduce the human footprint on the planet, there is no solution for anything. Then they asked me a brilliant question, how do you reduce the human footprint? I said, you have to reduce the number of feet. That's the only way. I'm not saying children are bad, they're wonderful, but it's just too many. We as human beings, we are wonderful, but we are too many. We are so many that the insect population is going down. No, it's not a joke, it's very threatening. If the insect population disappears, the planet will be destroyed. Yes, the worms disappear, the planet will be destroyed. If you and me disappear, planet will flourish. Our life expectancy has improved. This means we have taken death into our hands. When we take death into our hands, it is our business to take birth also into our hands, isn't it?
I feel so empowered on my vegan climate activist hero's journey. We are all one. I am a highly evolved god who evolved from cosmic pond scum. We are all God. I am you and you are me. We're a happy family that needs to save its dying mommy from our toxic exhalations by taking #climate action now with the more evolved good grown-ups at governments, banks, and global corporations to help educate us how to get rid of ourselves and all the toxic extra human baby feet to decrease our atrocious carbon footprints and save the planet and evolution from ourselves because we are all one.
We're standing here, for this is an emergency. We're standing here, for all that we hold dear. We're standing here, for beauty and diversity. And we're standing in the love that binds us all. And we demand our government must tell the truth.
Climate change tops the environmental agenda at present. We all know that every additional person will need to use some carbon energy, if only for firewood for cooking, and will therefore create more carbon dioxide. Similarly, we can all see that every extra person is or will an extra victim of climate change. I meet no one who privately disagrees that population growth is a problem. No one, except flat earthers, can deny that that planet is finite. We can all see it in that beautiful picture from our Earth, taken from the Apollo mission. Every one of these global problems, social as well as environmental, becomes more difficult and ultimately impossible to solve with ever more people. Thank you.
I am so glad the good grown-ups like David Attenborough and Prince Philip, friend of philanthropist Jimmy Savile, and the father of Prince Andrew, close friend of champion of science and philanthropist Jeffrey Epstein, are helping find solutions to all the extra people who need to stop existing. The hashtag climate crisis make me so sad. The totally real death threats from the climate are so scary, and I need the good government grown-ups to fix it and give 16-year-old human shield Greta her future back.
He promoted this on television, and he went around all the agricultural shows, and he had he was a one-man thing, and it had a tremendous effect. It reduced it from 3% to 1%. But one of the things he said to the farmers, he said, look, you don't need all these children, it's ridiculous. You've got to feed them all, clothe them all, educate them all, and look after their health. So have a few, and then if you want to go on entertaining yourself, have a vasectomy. Oh, yes. Well, how do I do that? Well, I'll organize it for you. We'll have buses running into Bangkok on the King's birthday, very auspicious day. And you will go into, and he took over a whole lot of school halls and that sort of thing. And he showed me a photograph of all these beds and everything, and people went in, and I said, but how did they take it? Well, he said they didn't like being seen to have the operation. Oh, I said, really, how do you do that? I've had visions of, putting up. Oh, he said, it's quite simple, I blindfolded them.
I am so glad that Jimmy Savile's royal friend, Prince Philip, is helping all the extra people to not exist anymore.
What vegan birth control method would you recommend?
Vasectomy.
Hell yeah, baby! You heard me, you heard me, you heard him!
Well, get on board. Come on.
Yes, I love this guy.
Why should the women have to take pills? No.
I feel so empowered by the vasectomy I got from Dr. Gregor. We must help governments and media educate more people on the benefits of not having families or property, not eating real meat or animal foods, and living in smart city coffin apartment cubbies.
Don't screw the planet! Don't screw the planet!
The Earth will be so happy and healthy if we eat sustainable nutrient-fortified vegan smart kibble that the good grown-ups at the transnational banks and corporations share with us.
You see, Fred's kids are millennials. They've just surpassed baby boomers to become the largest generation in American history. And they've all been moving back to the cities. But there are only so many houses and cars that can fit in a city. And this is where the sharing economy comes in. We now have these powerful computers, smartphones, in our hands.
I love sharing and do not hate science. The good grown-up champions of science like Jeffrey Epstein and his friends Bill Gates and Prince Andrew know what's best for me and the planet. I can't wait for the nice, happy, healthy corporate global technocratic government to ration and share resources with us. I wish I could help poor 16-year-old human shield Greta Thunberg to find a carbon-neutral ride back to Europe from America so she can meddle in the elections over there and save the planet from the extra people causing the totally real and not made-up hashtag climate crisis.
That led Greta Thunberg to take to social media to call for help. She said, I've traveled around halfway around the world, but in the wrong way. And now she's looking for a way to cross back in the Atlantic by this COP25 summit now in Madrid.
We have tons of time to turn things around. Well, not tons, but enough. Assuming we all act now. Last month, we had an ant problem at my house. This is going to sound strange, but I felt somewhat in awe of their teamwork. In fact, fire ants are experts at teamwork. They're pretty tiny, right? But when faced with large challenges like crossing a river, hundreds or thousands of fire ants can work together to build structures out of their own bodies, like rafts. As a result, they can carry the entire colony across the river. Collectively, they do what is necessary to save the entire group. We too can work together.
Rejoice. I've found a solution to Greta's transportation problem that will get her to Europe and help decrease our atrocious carbon footprint that's killing poor mommy Earth and stealing poor little Prince Philip, Greta, and Bill Gates' futures. We must use the extra people's surplus human bodies to make a giant raft that can bring this brave, 16-year-old human shield back to Europe so she can help the good grown-ups at the global banks and corporations create the happy, sustainable, totalitarian world government to fight the #climate crisis that is our fault because we exist. Nature provides the answers and the wisdom of children will guide us on our journey to sustainability on our renewable carbon-neutral giant human corpse raft.
The things humans fear most is that we will be powerful beyond our belief.
I am empowered beyond my belief to take #climate action against myself to save the planet from myself by drinking cockroach milk, eating vegan kibble, putting the pee-pee in the poo-poo, and sterilizing myself. I am not deceived. I am not being programmed to self-destruct by toxic weaponized pop culture. I'm going to ask my wife's boyfriend if this sustainable giant human corpse raft is vegan friendly.
How do you do that? I have visions of, putting up. Oh, we say it's quite simple. I blindfolded them.
Hello. What's up, guys? We got a whole bunch of bigots in the chat. Like 550 people. Where's your boy Frank Tufano? Where is the king of carnivore, Frank Tufano? The inventor of meat, Frank Tufano? The only person in the world with any integrity. The savior of mankind. Where is he? Where is he, everybody? How interesting that Frankie boy, who says that he is the ultimate carnivore, all right, the only one that will tell you the truth. How funny that this dude who's been calling me out for like a whole year now, calling me a shill. What else is he calling me? Sending his little minions over to my chat constantly. Sending people over to my page to make comments on it like this one. There we go. Uh-oh. To make comments like this. Sending his little minions over to call me a shill, to call me out. Yet he won't come on my channel as I put my audience on a platter for him. He won't come over here and defend himself. He's not going to come and defend his position. That I'm a shill. He's not. I'm trying to let him expose me, guys. I'm trying to have Frankie boy expose me. Where you at, Frank? Where you at, Frankie boy? Jack London. Now, I'm not sure who this comment is, but it sure reads like somebody we all know. It sure reads like the exact shit that your boy Broke, Dark, and Handsome has been saying. As a carnivore, I find most vegans painfully annoying and deluded, but this guy Tristan is so up his own a-hole and pedantically repetitive that I began siding with a couple who repeatedly bodied him with their answers to his ludicrous passive-aggressive smugness. Now, I'm pretty sure that Broke, Dark, and Handsome didn't write this one. There's some 3-syllable words up in here that are not a part of his repertoire. He says, this commenter, Jack London, definitely not Frank. Jack London says, this guy is a pathological hypocrite anyways because he was a vegan, denounced it and went keto. Denounced that and became carnivore and will no doubt flip again soon and denounce the carnivore diet for whatever is trending next. Oh man, exposed. Exposed. All right, so where's this rhetoric come from that I'm seeing constantly from all these little Frankolites, all these little Frank acolytes? Where's this coming from? Well,
United.
Well, Frankie boy has had me on the tip of his tongue for a while now. That sounds disgusting, actually, knowing where Frank likes to put those parts of his body. Right? Some things you can never unsee. Some things you can just never unsee. Some things you wish you never clicked. Some things you wish you just never clicked, right? But where are these people getting this stuff? Where's Frank's audience getting this? And where's Frank? I put my audience on a platter for him. I tell him, come here, man. Come prove this. Come prove your accusations against me, or let's just discuss. Right? You can apologize to me if perhaps you were full of shit. You could apologize to me if perhaps you're completely off your rocker and full of shit, or we can talk it out, man. So I told Frank, come on my channel. Come and expose me, bro. Come expose me. Right, come expose me, because we're all shills, right? I'm a shill. Bobby's a shill. Everyone's a shill. Right, you have your audience coming over here saying all sorts of crazy shit. But now where's Frank? Now where's Frank? Where is Broke, Dark, and Handsome? Where is he? Where, guys? Why is he ducking me? Why is he ducking me? Del Bridge sending $2. What's up, dude? Thanks for the super chat. Let me pull up the super chat screen so I can make sure I don't miss any of you guys' super chats. If you guys got questions or things you want to hit on here during this discussion, which you guys think Frank's gonna show? You guys think Frank's gonna show? I'm a shill, right? I'm a shill. We're all shills. Frank's gonna come back that up? Uh-oh. My dog, you hear my dog, he's snorting in the background. I think my dog's got the itis, guys. He's got the itis. So where is Frank? Where is Frankie? Is he going to come on here and support his position and expose me? I'm giving you the platform, dude. I'm giving it to you on a platter. So come prove yourself wrong, man. Or maybe come apologize for being full of shit. You going to come on? You going to show up? We'll see. So I sent Frankie boy several DMs on Instagram. And what did Frank do? He sent me an image in response that I can't even view because he then blocked me. He blocked me. So, is he going to show now? You guys think he's going to show? Well, if he doesn't show, we've got a great show for you anyways. Because we're going to go do a nice review. Someone says Frank is streaming on his channel live now. What a surprise. What a surprise. What a coward, right? What a coward. I thought you were going to come prove me wrong, Frank. I thought you were going to come expose me, bro. Where's the exposure? Well, I got to say, I'm not surprised. I got to say, nobody's probably really surprised. Why is nobody surprised? Because most of the people here understand. Most of the people here understand that this dude is not going to come on and actually have a discussion. He wants to throw rocks from behind his little glass house that he has polished by his sycophantic audience of enabling, gaslit dweebs. A bunch of dorks. Like who is still subscribed to Frank Tufano at this point, right? Who's still subscribed? Who's still subscribed? So Frank's live on his channel right now. What a surprise. So, I'm a shill. I'm a liar. But I'll give you my platform to come address my audience and tell them exactly how, dude. Come on over here, boy. Come on, Flanky boy. Come on, Flanky boy. Gonna expose me? Fwank? Gonna expose me? Come on. Come and do it, man. Come show me what's up. But you know what? Nobody here is surprised. But I've got a great show for you guys. Because I prepared a little bit. Right? We're going to talk about Frank. We're going to talk about his career as a YouTube starlet, a fame-hungry YouTube starlet. We're going to talk about Frank's YouTube career, how I met Frank. And we're going to go through the history of me and Frank. Someone in the chat says, I'm a shill. There you go. Etzel says I'm a shill. How about you come on live and you tell me how I'm a shill, guy? Come on. Right? Your little YouTube starlet Frank, your little fame-hungry male prostitute Frank, male escort Frank, stinky fingers Frank Tufano, little stinky fingers Frank Tufano. You go ask him how I'm a shill. And how about you have him come on and tell me how I'm a shill? Maybe he'll show up later. We all know Flank loves the attention, right? I didn't give him the attention for a long damn time, did I? I didn't give him the attention. I didn't give him the time of day. I stopped the communications, right? But he would every once in a while he'd throw me up in his thumbnails. He'd mention me in his videos. So now it's time to finally respond to this. So let me pull up studio mode here so I know I'm pulling up the right window. Got the right window. There it is, multi-guest. Where's that at? Okay. There we go. My kids are going to bed. I can hear them. They've had a long day. Here, locked down in Ecuador. Under lock and key, the good government protecting us from the big bad invisible enemy. We're under lockdown here in Ecuador. It's been kind of rough for a lot of people. A lot of people can't work. A lot of people's lives are on hold. But we're all right. We're doing okay. And we had major civil unrest here back in October. Major civil unrest. But you guys, Frank is live, right? If Frank is live, why don't you guys go ask him, why doesn't he come on and expose me? Come on and tell me exactly why I'm a shill. And go ask him why he's not here. Why won't he show up? Why won't he address this? Why won't he address this and his claims he's made about me? Go tell him to come on. I'm not just here to beat up on Frank. I'm not just here to beat up on Frank. Because Frank's audience is going to get their ass whooped too, because you guys are just as complicit and just as stupid, and you guys are at fault for this. Right? The audience is out there who are building up these mentally ill social media, mental illness, beauty pageant, aspiring e-celebs. You people are just as responsible. You people are just as responsible as Frank. You people are just as responsible. Right? You built this monster. Right? And you guys are the ones scripting his videos anyways. Remember when Garland Farms sent him information on iodine and Frank asked him to script videos for him? How many ex-Frank viewers are out here watching that have actually scripted videos for him without him giving you any credit? While he calls everybody else, says that everyone else is plagiarizing him, he's got his audience scripting videos according to people who are in his audience, right? Maybe they're lying. Maybe they're just butthurt and they're lying. But that's what some of these people have said. Isn't that weird? So is Frank going to come on? He's going to come on and tell me why I'm a shill? Why don't you guys go ask him? Go ask him. Now, where are those videos? All right. Here we go. Let's pull that one closed. Let's transition over here. There we go. Look at that. Look, he's right before he does the classic Frank Tufano licking of the lips. Which one am I on? Multi-guest 2, 3. Okay, now I don't have to be in studio mode. So, got Frank Tufano right here. Here's a clip. I got a few clips here that we're going to watch just to get us warmed up. And then we're going to go through the history of how I met Frank. We're going to go through the history of my exposure to Frank Tufano. I'm sorry. Frank Tufano. Broke, dark, and handsome. We're going to talk about how I got to know this dude. And here, some things you can never unsee. Some things you could just never unsee. Here, I'm going to turn this up. I don't want to wear headphones, so you guys are going to have to hear this going through my speakers. There we go.
They're all shills, guys.
Oops. I'm having a problem with QuickTime. Open.
Listen, you might...
My QuickTime is glitching out here. I'm going to have to quit QuickTime real quick. Sorry, guys. Close all windows there. How lame. It's not responding. What's up, QuickTime? Do I need to update you? I'm not that good with Windows. My Mac was so much easier. All right. Let's find that one.
Shills, guys. Listen, you might like...
Oh, tech issues. All right, there we go. Open with QuickTime. I might just have to like window share it or something instead. Dang it. Here, let's just do this. Oh no, now it's working. Excuse the tech issues. I hate this. I hate when this happens. Alright, here we go. There's those famous lips. Keep them lips moist.
They're all shills, guys. Listen, you might hear like what they're saying, but they're all shills. They are being paid to be in that position. I know some of you guys don't know about secret societies, but all of these guys are Freemasons. They control. They're part of the elite. They control the food supply. They live very privileged lives. They're in control of everything. It's why they're ignoring me, because I'm not part of their little club.
Frank, my brother's wife, will not take red meat, but wants to get pregnant with animal foods. Should she consume to help pregnancy?
Wild caught fish from like Alaska is great. High quality pasture raised eggs. High quality.
That's the end of the clip.
I have a video.
They're all shills. They're all shills,
guys. Listen, you might hear like what they're saying, but they're all shills. They are being paid to be in that position. I know some of you guys don't know about secret societies.
You don't know about secret societies, guys. Everyone else is in a secret society and is a shill. We're all shills. Guys, they're all shills. It sounds like someone else I know of. All right. Here. What else?
There's probably an element you're missing, and the blood work might turn you on to that. I'm not really a fan. I don't think insects aren't exactly practical to get your hands on, and they're not.
Oh, that's the wrong clip. That's the wrong clip. Where'd it go? It's the next one after they're all shills. All right. So they're all shills. They're in a secret society. They're in a secret society, guys. Who's he talking about? Who's he talking about? Well, in Frank's mind, the carnivores are all shills. They're all members of a secret society. And what is their goal? What is their goal, guys? To discredit Frank. To not give Frank credit for inventing eating meat. He's going to help save you guys from all those shills, though. He's going to save you guys from all the shills. All right, let's let's move on. Because he didn't mention me in that clip. But from the same stream, he definitely, straight up called me out.
You guys keep mentioning other people's names, I'm going to ban you. They're all shills and I don't care. No, they don't, you don't understand. You're saying just because someone disagrees with Frank doesn't mean they're a shill. No,
Yeah, Frank, just because someone disagrees with you doesn't mean they're a shill. And the fact that you keep doubling down on this, and when people call you out for it, just shows how insecure you are, how freaking weird you are, and why you keep doubling down on this, dude. Why do you keep doubling down? Why can't you just admit that you're full of shit? The more you keep doubling down, the more you're going to keep driving yourself fucking mad with this stuff.
No, you're just gaslighting now. They all copy.
You're just gaslighting now. As he gaslights his audience, he accuses everyone else of gaslighting. What type of person engages in this behavior, huh? Accusing everyone else of gaslighting while gaslighting his audience.
Copy my information. They all ignore me and they all promote these people. They are working together in some type of group collaboration. They are, I would bet a lot of money they're Freemasons or part of some society.
They're all Freemasons. They're part of some society, guys. They're Freemasons. They're all Freemasons. The carnivores. And who are the carnivores? Well, he says Michaela Peterson. And her father's really famous. So you could see how like some people would, oh my goodness, she's this elite, you know, high level. She's a Freemason. Well, first of all, women can't even be Freemasons. But then he says Elise Parker, raw alignment. She is a shill. And why is that? Because when Frank reached out to her after she came on my stream, and she went on my buddy Drew Morg's stream as well, right? And she talked about her experience leaving veganism last year when the slew of ex-vegans came out, right? A lot of the most popular vegans left the movement last year, 2 years ago as well. Like started in like 2018, 2019. A lot of this kind of started on this channel. We had a blitz of ex-vegans that were very prominent and they wanted to get it off their chest. So I gave them a place to come and have a conversation. And we had some really enjoyable conversations with people like Tim Sheaf, Elise, who else? Bobby, of Bobby's perspective. And Frank here was super butthurt because when he was trying to shadow my content and have the same people on and do the same shit that I was doing, people didn't want to come on and talk to him. Why didn't people want to talk to Frank? Why didn't they want to talk to Frank? Do you think maybe it has something to do with the fact that you're constantly shitting on everybody? That you're constantly making up delusional stories to justify your insecurity and your spite and your hatred and your hunger for fame? Your unwarranted fame that you're so hungry for? Right? Maybe it has something to do with the vibe that you put out, dude. Maybe these people don't want to talk to you because you don't like people and it comes off like that. Right. So, where's Frank? Where's Frank? Why isn't he here? Why doesn't Frank come on here and expose me as a shill and tell me exactly what's going on? Why is it so important? Why is it so important that he controls the narrative in his comments? Now, look, I ban commenters all the time. When you come in here, you're in my living room. I'm sitting in here in my living room. This is my office now. I finally have an office. All right, but I'm sitting here in my office. I'm sitting here talking to you guys in my home. This is where I live. This is where I eat. This is my house. You're in here with me. If you annoy the shit out of me, I'm going to kick you out, right? But why is Frank so afraid to come on here and actually talk to me about the accusations he's been making? Why is he blocking? People keep telling me in the chat here that he's blocking everybody. That he's blocking everybody that's saying anything about this. All right? Why don't you guys go ask him why he won't come on? Why won't he come on? So he got super pissed off that people didn't want to talk to him. These ex-vegans didn't want to talk to him while he's shadowing my content, right? Like when people like, what was her name? Not what was her name, but Crystal, right? But her YouTube name is Kasumi Chris. And she's actually like, seems to have transitioned away from YouTube a little bit, which I always applaud when people get off the mental illness beauty pageant, because this is the result of when your whole personality, when you allow yourself to be so wrapped up in this and you allow yourself to become this like cult leader on YouTube. This is what happens, right? This is what happens. Look at all these, look at like Nature Boy. Remember that guy? We used to watch Nature Boy videos a couple years ago. Remember? Look what happened to him. These people, they start building up a following. They start building up this massive bubble around them, this big glass bubble. And they've got an army of online minions constantly polishing it for them. Right? Like Frank's little enablers who come and comment on my channel constantly. A lot of them are banned now because they're just fucking annoying. Right? So we got, do we have some more Frankie Tufano fans in here that are pissed? Oh, I'm sorry. Someone says Tristan isn't a cult leader? LOL. Most absolutely not a cult leader. Most absolutely not. In fact, I don't want you to look up to me. Right? Don't look up to me. Don't worship me. Worship God. Why do you think I'm always bringing it back to that? Why do you think I'm always bringing it back to your presuppositions about reality? Why do you think I'm always bringing it back to what's really, really important? Why do you think at the end of my videos I tell you get off the freaking social media and go build real communities and live your life? I don't want to be a cult leader. Right? In fact, I look forward to a day when I'm not on YouTube at all. When I'm not involved in the social media stuff at all. The way the world's going now, it seems like what they want is everybody to be totally enraptured in this and constantly glued to the screens. Right? Locked down in your houses, watching social media, liking the appropriate things, feeding the algorithm, more information, in endless feedback loops, in a total technocratic cybernetic control grid. And the YouTube personalities, these YouTubers, like this dude staring at you right here, with those eyes that are obviously disturbed, right? And I don't wish any harm on this dude. In fact, if he came on, you can come on, Frank. You can come on and talk, man. Come on right now. You know your audience wants to see it. I don't wish any ill upon this guy. Maybe I'm even being a little too harsh on him, and maybe I should be a little bit more chill. But I do get heated. It's not Frank that I'm mad at. I hope this dude gets well. All right? It's not Frank that I'm upset with. It's the audience that's enabling him. It's the audience that's forming his personality and polishing the glass house for him and leading him along on this ride. And it's this whole system that actually promotes this shit. This stupid celebrity worship culture that builds up personalities like this who just want to be famous just because. They just want attention just because. I want to be famous. Please make me famous. If you can't, just make it painless. There's that song, like an Arcade Fire song, right? That's actually a really good song. So, Frank, sorry guys, sorry for the long rant. Let's go back, let's hear what he has to say. They're all shills, guys. They're all Freemasons. No. These ex-vegans just didn't want to come on your channel because, first of all, they already came on my channel and talked to me. They already got it out. They probably see what you're doing, shadowing my content while saying, oh, everyone else is ripping me off, bro. Everyone else is ripping me off. All right? So we're going to get back to the history of Frank, how I met him. All right? So I'm not out here trying to just beat this guy down. Right? I hope he watches this stream, and I hope he slows his roll a little bit and looks himself in the dang mirror. All right? Quit polishing the glass house. Take an ice pick to it, dude. This isn't even you. This is so fake. You're way more real in your broke, dark, and handsome clips. You're way more real when you were fingering your butt and sticking dildos in it, talking about being an escort. Everybody sees the falseness, dude. You see it. You feel it. Stop embracing it.
You're just gaslighting now. They all talk.
You're just gaslighting now. As he gaslights his audience into believing that everybody's against Frank, that Frank is the victim. All right? Classic narcissist behavior. I'm the victim. The world's against me. I'm the victim. Poor me. Poor me.
You're just gaslighting now. They all copy my information. They all ignore me, and they all promote these people. They are working together in some type of group collaboration. They are, I would bet a lot of money they're Freemasons or part of some society, and they are part of a corporate agenda to control the food supply. Why do you think, why do you think two of them are, why do you think Bobby and Tristan are Christians and they're promoting some Christian agenda?
That's what I was looking for. This clip. Why do you think Bobby and Tristan are Christians, right? This is so delusional. Everybody that he's jealous of becomes an enemy, right? Everybody that threatens his glass house. Everybody that won't go on his stupid little glass house, they're all shills, guys. Why do you think Bobby and Tristan are Christians? Wow, why do you think we're Christians, Frank? Why don't you explain why I'm a Christian? You explain, dude. Okay? It's becoming abundantly clear to a lot of people that there's absolutely something very, very wrong in the world right now. Many things very wrong in the world right now. As people seek illusion, people seek to build glass houses around them, to project fake realities through their surveillance devices into the world, to project this false image of themselves, to worship that image, to bow down before it and worship. Maybe some of us don't want to do that. Maybe some of us don't want to worship illusions and idols. Maybe some of us really want the truth, man. Look, we got like 700 people here. What's up, everybody? How's that chat going? Let me pull up. If you guys got super chat, somebody had a super chat earlier. But this is an important clip right here. Listen to this again.
Group collaboration. They are, I would bet a lot of money they're Freemasons or part of some society, and they are part of a corporate agenda to control the food supply. Why do you think, why do you think two of them are, why do you think Bobby and Tristan are Christians and they're promoting some Christian agenda? No offense to any of you religious people, but it's pretty obvious they're being inauthentic.
Yeah.
Both
being inauthentic, right? Isn't that funny? Right? We're all caught up in this illusion. We're all caught up in this glass house polishing. We're all caught up in a building and worshiping a fake image of ourselves. We start projecting what we're doing all over on other people, don't we? How many people in here been there, right? In like a relationship or something? You start getting in an argument, you start like accusing your spouse of exactly what you're doing. Then imagine doubling down and doubling down and doubling down and building a whole personality around that doubling down, that constant doubling down. That's kind of what I see here. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just a shill pushing my Christian agenda that actually many of the people that are watching hate that. Right? You think I do that for views, dude? No, I do that because my heart leads me to, man. I do that because it's the truth. Right? I'm not interested in fame and fortune. In fact, our income has gone down dramatically over the last couple years as I've been pushing up against this stuff. The same agenda that you claim to be fighting against, right? When you got all these talking points from me anyways. Now, let me come over here and check out. I know you guys sent some super chats. I'm not ignoring your super chats, so let me keep up with the super chats, guys. Thanks for supporting the stream. I always appreciate that. How's everyone doing out there? Where's everyone at? Most people are probably tuning in from the States, right? Because it's like morning time, and it's like 3 a.m. in Europe, isn't it? Where's the super chat thing? Comments. That's where we go. Early in the morning over there in Europe. Toilet paper caper 2020 chat. Yeah, the new global currency is TP, isn't it? Let's see. Where's the super chats? That's normal comments. Where do I find the super chats? I always forget this. Supers. There we go. See all. All right, guys. What's up, everybody? All right, everybody. Del Bridge, what's up, dude? Thanks for the super chat. It says, Tristan, you look healthy, man. God bless you. Thank you, Del. Appreciate that, man. I'm doing all right. We're holding in here. Yeah, things are getting crazy everywhere. Things are getting really wild all over. But, we're here. We're with our family. And it's funny how homeschooling was demonized for so long, and then now it's mandated in the whole world. They want everyone in their homes. Such a weird time. Gabriel Talbot says, thanks for your video with Sally Norton. Right on, man. Did you have an issue with oxalates? A lot of people do. A lot of people found that one really useful and helpful. A lot of ex-vegans have been doing super high oxalate diet for a long time. Thanks a lot for the super chat, man. So we got a few Canadians around here. JM says, love your stuff. Right on, man. Thank you for the generous super chat. Appreciate that. You guys do keep these streams alive. I'm sure this will get demonetized like most of the videos lately. So thanks a lot, guys. Come back here to the chat. Pull the chat window up. See what all you bigots are talking about. But they're Freemasons, bro. They're Freemasons. And they have a Christian agenda. First of all, no, I'm not a Freemason, as you've claimed several times. Right? I think it's cute that you just learned about Freemasonry. Right? Really cute. that you just got started getting in all this conspiracy stuff, right? You're a newbie in that world. What happens is people start to get real zealous with it. Right? You start seeing all sorts of shit everywhere. Oh my goodness. And you get caught up in these stupid honey traps a lot of the time. But no, dude, not a Freemason, Frank. In fact, Eastern Orthodoxy is one of the only groups, right, where we actually condemn Freemasonry. Freemasonry is anathema. Freemasonry is absolutely opposed to Orthodoxy. All right, so let's go back here.
They are, I would bet a lot of money their Freemasons are part of some society, and they are part of a corporate agenda to control the food supply. Why do you think, why do you think two of them are, why do you think Bobby and Tristan are Christians and they're promoting some Christian agenda? No offense to any of you religious people, but it's pretty obvious they're being inauthentic. Both Tristan and Bobby were ex-vegans.
Next lie. First, Freemason. No. Then says, Tristan and Bobby were both ex-vegans. Let me just correct you there, buddy. Never have I ever promoted a vegan diet. Never have I ever promoted a vegan diet on this channel. You find me one time when I promoted a vegan diet where I've ever made money off of veganism. Never promoted veganism. In fact, I was never a vegan. I ate a plant-based diet off and on. The longest I ever went without meat was about 6 months. I did go 6 months without meat. One of the stupidest things I ever did. All right, I've done way more stupid things, but that was pretty dumb. I've been about 6 months without meat. But during that time, I was also eating cheese. Like every week or so, I would end up having some goat's cheese because I'd feel like shit. All right, but I thought maybe if I just do this right, maybe if I have the right mixture of plant foods, right, have rice and beans together, that'll make a complete protein. All this nonsense, right? So I was never vegan, never promoted vegan. There's another lie. Yet his audience will believe it. And they come on my channel all the time. These idiots come over on my channel to join the ban list and they say, you used to promote veganism, then you promoted keto, now you just promote carnivore because you're a shill, bro. You're just a shill for the money, bro. Dude, if I wanted to make money, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. Right? Make very, very little money doing what we're doing now. Right? So, no, wasn't vegan. Another lie.
Authentic. Both Tristan and Bobby were ex-vegans. They were being paid to be vegan. Now they're being paid to be carnivore. Guys, please, I don't need to explain.
Look how he looks down. Do you think he buys his own lies? That's always the question with some of these people. Once they start buying their own lies, it gets really dangerous, right? They're doubling down. And I've seen this in people in my life. I remember I was a kid. I don't want to out people. But I've known people who in the past used to double down on their own lies. And I've seen them actually start to believe them. And I think that's what we're seeing here. This dude might actually believe his bullshit. He might actually buy into his own shit. He's buying his own hype. He's lost in the sauce.
Guys, please, I don't need to explain. Listen, there's three people in my chat. One person there's people that have an IQ above 80 that acknowledge this. There's people with an IQ below 80 that are not convinced. And there's gaslighters that are just lying and saying that shit.
Gaslighters. All right, so talking about being inauthentic. Speaking of inauthenticity, let me pull open, where'd that screenshot go? Oh, it's on this drive. Actually, I don't even have to do that. I can just pull open a window. Oh wait, no, I think I gotta find the screenshot. Speaking of being inauthentic, speaking of inauthenticity, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Oh, there's got Frank's stream here. Here we go. So he's live right now. Here we go. Frank's live right now. Refuses to come on, yet he's live right now. He's so busy, guys. He's so busy. Looks pretty pissed off. Anyways, Frank, at any moment, feel free to jump on. Feel free to jump on, man. You can either come on and expose me as a shill, or maybe you could apologize for the lies. Maybe you could apologize for being full of shit. Where is... Alright, so exhibit B. What are we on? C? D? Is where we got. There you go. Speaking of inauthenticity. Speaking of being completely inauthentic. Zoom in here. Alright. So here's Frank commenting on Paul Saladino, his imagined enemy. Paul Saladino has never done anything to harm this kid. Paul Saladino, just out there promoting carnivore. I don't agree with Paul on everything. Paul's a pretty decent dude, though. I don't believe that Paul is a shill, as Frank believes. Clearly, I don't believe he's a shill, because I've had him on my show a few times. Always been kind to me. Definitely don't believe Frank's nonsense that Paul is stealing his material, right? Stealing his material, which, Frank, why don't you come on, dude? Come on and expose me, right? You say I'm a Freemason. I'm a gang stalker. We're going to get to that one in a minute. I'm a gang stalker. Here's Frank. His tweet. Paul Saladino talking about, said he wasn't afraid of the coronavirus. This is March 1st, before... Now everyone's freaked out, right? Everyone's so freaked out now. But back then, Paul said he's not afraid of coronavirus. People were upset with that tweet. But Frank says, you're not afraid of it because you are part of the agenda that's pushing it, you satanic prick. You satanic prick. Didn't you just attack me and Bobby for being Christians? And now you're calling Paul Saladino satanic? Talk about inauthentic, right? Talk about inauthenticity. Frankie boy, you're not being very consistent here, buddy. It kind of seems to me like what you're doing is just adopting whatever ideological mask you want to wear at the time, whatever ideological mask you think, sorry, I got to keep this up here. It's on screen capture just on this area. Whatever ideological mask you think will suit you in the moment, you adopt it and you wear it. So now he's calling people satanic, saying all these people are satanic. I responded to him. It was pretty harsh. Not satire. Dude who fingers his butt and sticks fake phalluses in it on camera for men's money under the username Broke, Dark, and Handsome also denies God and claims there's a Christian agenda against him. Calls another man satanic. Yeah, so Paul Saladino's satanic, right? But, lying to your audience repeatedly about your real job, about hiding your Chatterbait account, which we're going to get into that too, because there's some interesting stuff to do with Broke, Dark, and Handsome. Very interesting stuff to do with that. So then he says, hypocritical to be a Christian when you swore a vow to a demon. Thieves will remain in the desert for eternity. For eternity, you guys. Thieves will remain in the desert for eternity. After he posted that, he blocked me, right? So, classic Frank Tufano. Run back behind the glass house. Go get your audience to polish the glass house. And then blocks me. So I said, I get it, Broke, Dark, and Handsome. You're doing a satire character of a mentally ill prostitute who doesn't believe in God, stick dildos and fingers in his ass for men's money, and is so delusional he thinks he can condemn people to the desert for the eternity he doesn't believe in. Talk about being inauthentic, right? Inauthenticity, he says. So anyways, calling people satanic when he doesn't believe in God. And in fact, he mocks people who do. And says they're part of an agenda against him. The Christian agenda is just out there to get Frank. It's just out there to get Frank. Where is that one again? It's just out there to get him. All right, let's go back. All right, so maybe now it's a good time to talk about Frank's obsession with Paul Saladino, right? Or should we go back to the beginning? What do you guys think? Should we go back to the very beginning of when I first met Frank? Sorry, this is kind of a disjointed, kind of a like Tarantino-esque. The middle of the movie becomes before the beginning of the movie in this timeline. So let's talk about when I first met Frank. Let's talk about when I first met him. Where's YouTube? There we go. Got YouTube here. Here's my channel. And videos. That's fine. There we go. We got about 700 people watching right now. 685. What's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? I think this is probably better than if Frank actually came on, right? Because what would he do if he came on? What would he have to say? Right? He just throws accusations out there with absolutely no proof and then doubles down on his audience and only wants to keep the ones that are dumb enough to buy into his lies when he barely buys into it himself, right? Sounds like he's starting to buy into it, though. All right, let's find a Tufano. So, also, he says no one has me on their channel. Nobody will have me on their podcast. Well, who's the first person who had Frank on their channel? Who's the first person who actually gave Frank the time of day? What a surprise. It was Bald Man Bad himself. Bald Man Bad himself. It was me. I had Frank on my channel a year ago, over a year ago. Let's see what the date on this is. Over a year ago. Look at that, it's got 19,000 views. That's pretty good for those old videos. Not many, I used to be lucky to get 1,000 views in the first week, like the first years I started this channel. All right, but this was, what was the date? 2018? Why don't they have the date? What's your problem? Oh, look at that, I still link to his channel there. How nice of me. Top link to Frank's channel. So here's the video where Frank came on my channel. Okay, so Frank says he's the only one. He's the only one talking about the big food agenda. When Frank came on my channel, what was the topic? Well, I was doing a series on Weston Price's book, Nutrition and Physical Degeneration. I was doing a whole series on it, and I was about probably 3/4 of the way through the book. And we're looking at the photos in it, talking about the consolidation of our food supply, talking about all these issues that we've been talking about for so long that now Frank apparently believes he's the only one talking about it. Well, if you go back to Frank's channel before this, first of all, he deleted almost all of his videos.
We're going to be doing a little talk about her experience with veganism, why she left the...
So here we're talking about vegan activism.
All the time, you're far more than what you eat. So
I'm trying to find, there's a part we talk about Frank's favorite word.
As if there's any such thing as the carnivore. Please get your Vegan for the Animals t-shirt on aisle 5. 50% off, straight from China. Breakfast. If you're having steaks, it's not okay to eat saturated fats. We want to be enlightened. We want to eat soy burgers. All right? Picture of Pamela Anderson here is like a famous PETA ad. And they redo this ad with loads of other celebrities. So, essentially, programming us to believe that animals are people and people are animals. You're just an animal, you're just a beast.
Anyways, this is the episode talking about big ag, talking about the big ag agenda, talking about all the issues with the consolidation of the food supply, how it destroys cultures, how it destroys people's lives. And then I had Frank on. Here's Frank. Over a year ago, complains about no one wants to have him on. Well, who brought him on? I did. Right? Had a conversation with Frank. Had a conversation with Frank way long ago. And what was I talking about in the beginning of the stream? The consolidation of the food supply. I actually mentioned his favorite word now, Cargill, which I'm pretty sure he never even knew about. And I don't even care, right? But I'm pretty sure he didn't know that word until he came on that stream, because I actually talked about Cargill on that stream. Talked about the consolidation of the food supply. These things that Frank says he holds exclusive rights to now, right? Super delusional. Super delusional. All right, but that doesn't even matter. Let's go back to Frankie's accusations. All right, how consistent is this guy? How consistent is this guy with the doubling down, the gaslighting of his audience, and with this weird narrative that he likes to weave, that he's the victim, that everyone else is terrible. Oh, Frankie the victim. Everyone else is so bad. And so on that stream, I don't know where the timestamp is. I can't go back and watch my old streams. I don't like freaking watching myself. But during that stream, I'm pretty sure that either in the actual stream or after the stream, I think at some point in the stream, he mentions people ripping off his work, right? In 2018, when nobody even knew what his channel was. I think he had 1,000 subscribers when he came on. Right? Talks about everyone else rips off his work. And he had this story. When I asked him, who rips off your work? He talked about a blog that put a recipe up that was similar to a recipe that he did. And he was so mad about it. He's like, I don't do recipes anymore because there was a blog. And on that blog, they used the recipe that I did. And I asked him what recipe it was, and it was just a common recipe that it's just it's a very simple recipe that anybody could do, right? But of course, Frank invented it. I don't know if that's actually in the stream or if it's afterwards. But really, the first real red flag was all right, dude, this guy's off his rocker. This guy is off his freaking rocker. The first red flag was his Paul Saladino thing. Not the first, but the one that was really obvious to a lot of us was a Paul Saladino thing. Became obsessed with Paul Saladino. I mean, I'm sick of talking about this already, right? But I told you guys we'd go through the whole history. I told you we'd go through it. So Paul Saladino, the enemy of Frank.
You guys smell that? It smells like there's a rat in my steakhouse, but I thought rats like cheese. It's 3 a.m. and I'm losing sleep because I can feel this rat scratching my eyes out.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Right. Another thing is the sleep deprivation, right? If you watch that first stream where Frank Tufano came on my stream, we talked about his sleep deprivation problems, which over the years, I'm sure everybody's heard. Every time he comes up with a new theory on why his health is failing, on why he's a mess and doesn't sleep, right? He doesn't think maybe this has to do with my mania, with my hypomanic episodes. Maybe this has to do with me being completely off my rocker, obsessive, full of rage, jealousy, and envy. Right? Maybe it has something to do with that. No. It's all because of Paul Saladino, right? Or before it was, he was just starting to look into maybe Wi-Fi and stuff. Some people really do have legitimate sensitivities to Wi-Fi. Some people are very sensitive. They can't sleep around Wi-Fi. Obviously, radio frequencies do have an effect on our physiology. He was just learning about that a little bit, and now he talks about that and says that was the reason. He blamed it on going on MasterChef, the MasterChef show is another thing, which that's this whole other weird story. We talked about it on the stream there as well. He's told several different stories about that. I don't know. I don't really remember exactly the nature of it, but yeah. So then he got really pissed at Paul Saladino, and now that's the reason why he's losing sleep, right? It's because Paul Saladino's a shill. Guys, Paul Saladino's a shill. That's why I'm losing sleep. I can't sleep because Paul Saladino is stealing all my stuff, right? But no. It's not because, maybe he's immunocompromised from some of the things that he does to his physical body regularly. Maybe he's staying up late doing other stuff in his side job, which he's talked about in videos, which he tried to claim were somehow doxing when he put those videos up online, which we're going to talk about that too. But yeah, Paul Saladino, right? Paul Saladino, he's the reason for every single problem that Frank has. He's the reason that Frank is super manic. He's obsessed with thinking that everybody's ripping him off. This is why, because Paul Saladino, right? Dude, Paul's like a really chill guy. I think Paul grew up in Washington State, and now he lives in San Diego. He's a surfer guy who just kind of kicks it, and he was really into skiing. He used to work at ski resorts and wait tables. And then he went and got his doctorate. He's a hardworking dude, right? Really chill guy, right? Paul has never, in fact, even behind the scenes, when I've talked to Paul, he has been so gracious and so nice about this Frank obsession. And he's expressed concern, like legitimate concern behind the scenes, right? Hopefully Paul, I don't know, hopefully Paul doesn't hate me for saying this, but Paul has been like really actually acted concerned about Frank. Whereas like if I was in his situation, I'd be like, man, screw this guy. I'm sure he felt that, but anyways, Paul, pretty chill guy. Don't agree with him on everything, right? Don't have to agree with everybody on everything, but that's the reason why.
W is an American entrepreneur, best known as the co-founder of Quest Nutrition, who has a very large audience, well over 1 million followers. I was listening to a recent podcast of his, and they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. And boy, am I feeling flattered by it.
Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. I so want to pull up a picture of Frank next to a picture of Dr. Berg. Dr. Berg with his blue shirt and his whiteboard. And then Frank, when he bought a button-up blue shirt and a whiteboard. Yeah, is that flattery? Is that plagiarism, bro? No, it's okay when Frank blatantly rips off the whole aesthetic of Dr. Berg. But it's not okay if Paul dares go on a prominent podcast and talk about carnivore, right? Because we all know Frank invented eating meat. Right, so he weaves this narrative of Paul's ripping me off. Here you go. There you go. So you guys all know Dr. Berg. Come on. Got Mr. Originality here. Mr. Integrity, Frank Tufano. Mr. Exposes all the shills, Frank Tufano. Mr. Exposing all the shills, Frank Tufano. But he won't even come on here and expose me when I give him my audience on a platter. He's got so much integrity, and everyone always copies Frank, right? Everyone just copies him. Why is everyone copying Frank?
The outside of the egg, ground up into the meat, you're going to have an issue there. Now,
all right, so we're going to go to the end of this video. I think this is the video where he fake cries. Yeah, all right, here's great. So now we get to see Frank's acting skills. Remember, guys, before Frank started getting into YouTube, he was obsessively trying to get on TV shows. He wanted to be an actor. He wanted to be famous. He's obsessed with Joe Rogan. He's just obsessed with getting on the Joe Rogan show for like a couple years now, and he's talked about this to me, and we'll check out our Skype conversations. You guys are going to really like this too. All right, Frank, again, come on, dude. Anytime you can jump on this stream, which I told you about 3 days ago when I called you out, and when you responded me in DM and then blocked me, and I couldn't even see your response because you blocked me. Right? Come on, Frank. Come on and prove me wrong, dude. Come prove me wrong. You shit on all of us. You say we're all shills. You call me a Freemason and a gang stalker, which we'll get into that one. That's the best one. Here he is, Frank, talking about Saladino. And Frank showcasing his brilliant acting skills, guys. So Frank, he couldn't make it in Hollywood, unfortunately, because of probably Paul Saladino, right? It's probably Paul Saladino's fault that Frank couldn't be the next, I don't know, Dirk Diggler.
Channel. His sole purpose is to steal other people's information and use his connections to network and make himself look good on these large platforms. Not one.
It's like if you use your hands in an exaggerated way, people will think that you actually have human emotion or something, right? But that's Paul Saladino's sole purpose, is to steal from Frank.
One word that comes out of his mouth is an original thought. The title of his book was stolen from Jason Fung. The Obesity Code, Unlocking the Secrets of Weight Loss. The Carnivore Code, Unlocking the Secrets to Optimal Health by Returning to Our Ancestral Diet.
He stole it, guys. He stole it. Jason Fung's totally original title. Nobody's ever used code in the name of a best-selling book, ever before. Nobody's ever used the word code in the title of a popular book, ever. Ever.
What really disgusted me was the cover of his book. His face split in half with his face and a lion. That was the exact idea I was going to use for my book. And I might have mentioned, that I was going to do that on a live stream at one point or another, or even the illustrators that reached out to me could have been secretly working for him.
The illustrators were secretly working for Paul Saladino to steal his idea. A lion? To steal Frank. The illustrators were working with him. I mean, it's like, I laugh, but it's really sad, right? This dude plays the victim here and acts like, oh, poor me. Well, he's been victimizing Paul Saladino since Paul came out. When Paul came out, he had way less people that knew about him than Frank, right? But he built up a following rather quickly. First of all, he's a doctor. People worship doctors, right? People worship the degrees. People like authority. As you see in the world today, as we're all locked down and shut in our homes because the authorities tell us we must. People worship doctors, right? So he has his doctorate. He worked hard for that. He went to school for that, Frank. Which maybe we should get into that too, right? He went to school for that, Frank. Paul Saladino went to school for that shit. And he worked really, really hard for it. So he's a doctor. Frank's jealous of his credentials. Frank's jealous of the attention he has. He's jealous of any attention that anybody gets, in fact. It doesn't matter who it is. Women, men. Right? Elise Parker, jealous of her. Jealous of all these people. Incredibly jealous, incredibly envious. But Paul Saladino's illustrators, or Frank's illustrators, were shills for Paul. How delusional is this? I don't think he actually believes that. I hope he doesn't actually believe that, but the more he doubles down on it, the closer he probably gets to actually believing this shit.
I don't really know, but it really disheartens me. In brighter news, Rat Boy is actually moving to San Diego so he can surf more. Yet I'm here killing myself the past 3 years making YouTube videos, trying to improve people's health.
Poor Frank, right? Oh, he's moving to San Diego. Can you believe he edited this video? Not only did he shoot this video and script this video, this dude edited this video. This dude edited it and put it out. Paul's a nice guy. In fact, I've got a copy of his book and I quite enjoy most of it, right? Like the evolutionary argument, obviously I disagree with that because I don't believe in the nonsensical worldview of evolution, right? I think it's completely false theology. But the whole book's not even about that. There's a few little sections about that, but he actually does a really, really good job breaking down the physiology of the body, why a carnivorous diet may be beneficial. And he has, guess what, Frank? Guess what he has in his book? He has citations. You ever heard of that, Frank? Right? When you write an essay, right, like when you go to high school and actually go to class, when you go to a university, you learn how to use citations. Right? You might have learned Chicago format, MLA format, but you learn to cite your work. Right? You learn to cite your work. How many citations do you have in your book, Frank? You guys want to go count the citations in Frank's book?
Helping my mentally disabled sister lose weight, helping my mother who had many health problems feel better, and trying to help my father.
Okay, so here's I'm a victim. Right? Calling Paul a scumbag, saying Paul's stealing from me, weaponizing his retarded audience against Paul, right? Weaponizing his ridiculous audience on all these like completely gaslit, right? And using gaslit in the correct way. You shouldn't be allowed to use the term gaslight if you haven't actually watched the film Gaslight, which is a really, really good film. So, gaslighting his audience consistently. Weaponizing them against Paul, sending them all over social media, calling Paul a shill, calling him copy pasta salad, right? Oh, you copy paste the salad. He's a salad man. He's a shill. He's a carnivore. He's promoting carnivore diet. Well, actually, in Paul's book, he extensively justifies the consumption of grass-fed beef, not just for health, but also for environmental and ethical reasons as well. But Frank accuses him slanderously of being a shill for the carnivore diet, right? Frank's blanket term for everybody who promotes a non-vegan diet, apparently, and isn't Frank. Anybody who doesn't promote Frank's free-range meat company, Stinky Finger Flank's free-range meat company.
That was the exact idea I was going to use for my book. And I might have mentioned, that I was going to do that on a live stream at one point or another, or even the illustrators that reached out to me could have been secretly working for him. I don't really know, but it really disheartens me. In brighter news, Rat Boy is actually moving to San Diego so he can surf more. Yet I'm here killing myself the past 3 years making YouTube videos, trying to improve people's health, helping my mentally disabled sister lose weight, helping my mom.
Another thing that narcissists frequently do and psychopaths frequently do, painting themselves as a victim, but also using human shields, right? Using human shields. Frank uses his sister as a human shield. Why does he bring her up here? What does your sister have to do with this? How much are you really helping her by parading her around on YouTube and trying to use her as a shield to hide your lies behind?
Rat Boy is actually moving to San Diego so he can surf more. Yet I'm here killing myself the past 3 years making...
Someone says, this is a good comment. Peter says, I was going to write a book exactly the same as Saladinos, but he stole my ideas from my mind and wrote it first. Boo-hoo.
Making YouTube videos, trying to improve people's health, helping my mentally disabled sister lose weight, helping my mother who had many health problems feel better, and trying to help...
It talks about his family, but he constantly throws them under the bus too, right? He blames them for him not getting on the show MasterChef. He blames his family for he not ever getting on MasterChef. But then he also says that he cut his hand like 3 times and he failed making his recipe and he was completely incompatible with everyone around him. Look how he acts socially. Look how he acts socially. All right, we got some super chats. What's up, homies? Mark Bousquet. Thanks, dude. Mark Boucher sends $10, says, here's a super chat for you, my brother. I typed up in the chat. I was like, where's the super chats, guys? I keep looking over the super chat window. I'm not seeing any. Some of these streams, you get really good super chats. Some you don't get as many. I understand. There's probably a lot of Frank fans out there watching this one. But, yeah. These videos do get demonetized very frequently, and it always helps to get them super chats. So thanks a lot, Mark. And then Rushed314 says, Frank's a joke. Thanks for the super chat, guys. Keeping the chat afloat. Thank you, guys. Let me scroll up here because I saw some comments from some more of my favorite YouTube channels. We got Garland Farms with that big fat wrench up in the chat. He says, Frank's illustrator contacted me and we are working on an expose. Frank is in big trouble. Why is it that everybody that gets involved with this guy ends up getting poo-pooed on publicly, ends up getting screwed over, and ends up realizing, oh my goodness, this dude is freaking nuts. Funny.
Trying to help my father, and this...
Trying to help his father, who he tried to out as a gambling degenerate in another one of his videos. Called his dad. Imagine doing that. Imagine trying to hide I try to help my father. And then on YouTube, to people who don't even know your dad, calling him a gambling addict degenerate. Imagine that.
This scum of the earth comes in, is worth millions of dollars, and he's using...
Paul Saladino, I guarantee you that dude is not worth millions of dollars. Right? He lives in an apartment in San Diego. He lives in a nice place in San Diego. Pretty nice apartment, probably. But this dude is not worth millions of dollars. This guy probably put in quite a bit of money to actually get educated, to actually get his PhD, to go through his residency, and to do what he's doing now. And then not only did he do all that work, look, I'm not like some Paul Saladino fanboy. He's a buddy of mine. I like Paul, right? Paul's not paying me from his millionaire Freemason gang stalker pocket, right? So he's telling all these people also, oh, they're gang stalking me, because the carnivore shills, right? He's the one who started attacking all these people. Everybody was nice to this kid before. I had him on my channel like 4 times. He came on and debated vegan gains, made an ass of himself, acted like a dick to me. I still bit my tongue for a year. Bit my tongue. I bit my tongue for a long time. Oops. There we go. Bit my tongue for a long time. So, this scum of the earth. Terrible person, Paul Saladino. What are you talking about, dude? All right, I got some more super chats. Thanks, guys. James Sorene. James Corene? James, I don't know how to say your last name. Sends some Canadian ducats. Thanks a lot, man. Says, why isn't Frank debating you? You got to ask him, man. Why don't you ask Frank? Ask Frank. Where's Frank? Right? I invited him 3 days ago to come expose me, to come back up his claims. Like his claims in his recent video, that they want him gone. They want me gone. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. We just want you to stop shitting on everybody and making up lies and acting like a buffoon. We want you to try to stop attaching yourself to our names and then making every talking point, right? Shitting, spreading your little, finger painting all this whole niche with your shitty energy, with your shitty little fingers, right? Excuse me. There's some things you can never unsee, right? We're sick of it though, dude. Nobody wants you gone. We just want you to shut up about us. Quit making up lies and sending your stupid weaponized audience after us. Why isn't Frank debating me? You tell me. I would say because Frank realizes he's a liar. He realizes he's a coward. And he knows he has absolutely nothing he can say that would redeem him when he actually comes face to face with somebody who's actually honest and will actually call him out on his shit. And he knows that I know he's full of shit because we had a conversation. Actually, those were the last words I said to him. This is about a year ago now. We'll get into that. This is way too long now. It's already been like an hour. Has it been an hour? 2 hours? Feels like 2 hours. All right. Skylar, thank you for the super chat. Says you're awesome. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Arctic, what's up, man? Hey, Tristan, Arctic here. Tufano. Godspeed. Right on, Arctic. Appreciate that super chat. Appreciate all the super chats, guys. All right, let's go back. We're going to wrap this up, though, eventually, guys. But it's like, I don't know. It's nice to finally be able to talk about this after watching this shit for so long, biting my tongue for so long. I just got sick of it, you know? One time, one off, and here it goes, and it's done, right? You're not going to see me jibber-jabbering about fwank Tufano anymore after this. Someone says Milk Jar was right all along. You know, I've been easy on Frank. I did let Milk Jar and Spherage slap him around. That was a funny one. Right? Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to that video. Where'd it go? Because here comes the best part of this video. Oh, Paul Saladino lives in San Diego. Poor me. I'm slaving away here just trying to help people. What do you mean just trying to help people? If you're just trying to help people, would you actually care that other people are actually promoting the carnivore diet, which you didn't even invent? You didn't invent that shit, dude. Would you really care?
So he can surf more. Yet I'm here killing myself the past 3 years, making YouTube videos, trying to improve people's health, you know, helping my mentally disabled sister lose weight, helping my mother who had many health problems feel better, and trying to help my father. And this scum of the earth comes in, is worth millions of dollars, and he's using my information. And until I leave this planet, I will do everything in my power to make this man feel my pain, regardless of how much it hurts my own success.
As he fake cries, you see him looking at his script. Talk about disingenuous. As this dude's fake crying, you see him looking at his script. This dude's slaving away, never had to pay rent. Lived in his parents' house. His grandma gives him an apartment. Never has to pay rent. Never kept a job, which I guess we're going to have to get into this. There's so many things for us to get into. Aaron, the big black dude. What's up, dude? Aaron, the big black dude, sending $5. He didn't even say anything. He's just supporting. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the super chats, guys. Appreciate you guys keeping the stream alive with them super chats. Jay Dyer, he didn't show up. Yeah, of course. Of course he didn't show up, Jay. What's up, Jay? He didn't show up, so what we're going to do, we're just doing a review of all the claims that he's made against me and some other people and breaking down the social media madness that is Flank Tufano, right? Delphine says camming is a job. Yeah, now we know what he's talking about with slaving away, right? Broke, Dark, and Handsome over here on his Chatterbait account. Man, I wish I never saw that. I wish I never saw those images. All right, so here he is, fake crying. Oh, Paul Saladino ruined my life. I'm slaving away. He doesn't have to pay rent. His audience supports him. His brainwashed audience, half of them are probably just people who are trolling him, leading him along the way, watching him break down and messing with his mind, right? That's what I think some of his audience are just sick and they like to see this and like to screw with him. Another part of his audience is probably gay dudes who are just laughing at this, obviously homosexual guy who's constantly calling everyone else gay, right? And the other part of his audience are just, they're lost in the sauce. They buy it. Israel De Leon. That's a good question. Can we get a Frank Bice News? Frank Bice News. This is Klaus from Frank Bice News. Hello, this is Klaus from Frank Bice News. We're here reporting on Broke, Dark, and Handsome in his Chatterbait history, talking about him being a male escort and selling his butthole to put the pee-pee in the poo-poo. Antonio McCaskill says, childish, I prefer real adults like you and Sean Baker. It's like, it feels dirty even talking about this dude, but I'm so sick of his audience coming on. I'm so sick of people asking me to respond that it's like, all right, what I decided was I'll invite Frank on. Frank can come on and he can tell me how I'm a shill. Frank can come on and he can defend his claims and he can explain to my audience why I'm a shill and he can expose me, right? Well, Frank didn't take it. Frank didn't show up. He saw the invites. And if you guys go over, he's streaming right now, right? He's streaming at the same time. Why don't you go over there and ask Flanky Boy, why doesn't he come here? Why doesn't he come here and expose me? If he's the only honest one, right? He's the only real one. Everyone else is fake. Everyone else is a liar. Everyone else is terrible. And everyone else is just out to get him. Even though I had this dude on my channel like 5 times, super nice to this guy, brought this guy in, showed him to my audience. His channel blew up after that. Good for him. Good for him. But shown nothing but jealousy, spite, and hatred towards me since then. All right, so let's go back. Let's finish this video, and then we'll move on to the next one. And so instead of actually debating, Frank would rather have this. Frank would rather have me just give you guys my history. The brief history of Frank Tufano. Internet fame starlet. Social media starlet. Mental illness beauty pageant winner Frank Tufano.
Is worth millions of dollars and he's using my information. And until I leave this planet, I will do everything in my power to make this man feel my pain, regardless of how much it hurts my own success.
Fake crying while reading the script. Look at his eyes glance at the script.
Comes in, is worth millions of dollars, and he's using my information. And until I leave this planet, I will do everything in my power to make this man feel my pain, regardless of how much it hurts my own success. I was going to try to be happy in this video, but out of all the struggles I've had in my life,
I was going to try to be happy in this video, but line. Out of all my struggles I've had in my life, line. I will make him feel my pain. Look how disingenuous this is. How pathetic is this? To fake cry like this? How freaking pathetic. This dude he scripted this video. He shot this video. He edited this video. And he clicked publish. Right? In an attempt to weaponize his audience against Paul Saladino. And he did. And they've been haunting this dude every day since then. And Paul says nothing. He just keeps on chugging forward with his work. Right? Sean Baker said nothing. Just kept chugging forward with his work. Right? But eventually, you got to kind of respond. This guy feeds on your silence too. If you say nothing, he keeps going. He keeps doubling down, making up more lies, saying more bullshit. Lily Rubin sends $4.99. Thanks, Lily. There we go. Getting more super chats there. Thanks, guys. Glad you're enjoying the stream. Here we go.
Power
Let's back this up. And this is my favorite Frank Tufano moment, right? Oh, man. See, when he made this video, I almost finally said something because I was just so sick of it. But here, now I get to release it. Now it's over. Here we go. Let's watch that clip one more time. So pathetic.
Really disheartens me. In brighter news, Rat Boy is actually moving to see many health problems feel better and trying to help my father. And this scum of the earth comes in, is worth millions of dollars, and he's using my information. And until I leave this planet, I will do everything in my power to make this man feel my pain, regardless of how much it hurts my own success. I was going to try to be happy in this video, but out of all the struggles I've had in my life and how far I've come, for this to happen to me is my last straw.
Last straw, guys.
You know, I wonder what the Washington State Medical Board would think about him using his medical credentials to consult people on the carnivore diet. And it seems like he would be practicing outside of the scope of his psychiatric residency.
Well, says Frank, who rips people off by consulting them about a carnivore diet. Come on, Frank.
But hey, I guess if you follow a diet for 10 months and you watch a 26-year-old bartender's YouTube videos, that sure beats 12 years in medical school.
Okay, another lie. Bartender, right? Is that what they call escorts? Is that what you call escorting now? Bartending? Is that what the kids call it these days?
If you want to actually learn about diet and nutrition, feel free to check out any of the videos that were plagiarized in this podcast, or you can pay this clown doctor $1,000 for a half-assed explanation of my videos. Perhaps maybe buy his book in several months for a complete transcription of my videos. Maybe you can even buy his $300 red lamp while you're at it. Oh, I mean, I guess someone has to pay for his Adderall prescription. I mean, he needs it to focus with all of the YouTube videos of mine that he's watching. Oh, and don't be surprised if my channel gets censored further or if this video gets a lot of dislikes.
Because Frank's so censored, guys. He's so censored. Right? He's so censored. This dude's channel blew up over the last few years, right? Still doesn't appreciate it. It's not enough. He's got to be the only one.
Dislikes. His daddy has a lot of money. God damn. I haven't cried in I don't know how many years.
Did he cut to the crying? Did he cut to it?
His daddy has a lot of money. God damn.
Jump cut to me fake crying. His daddy has a lot of money. This dude's parents pay for his place. He doesn't have to work, and he's complaining about everyone. Old people have money. His daddy has money.
My channel gets censored further, or if this video gets a lot of dislikes, his daddy has a lot of money. God damn. God damn. I haven't cried in I don't know how many years. I told myself I would never cry again in my life, and it really breaks my heart that I had to make this video. I told myself for 2, 3, 4 months I wasn't gonna make this video. It's been eating away.
It covers his face so you can't see how fake this is. This is worse than that gay porn acting he did, right? This is worse than that scene, the gay porn film scene. This is so bad.
I couldn't do it anymore.
Let's rewind
For
that.
2, 3, 4 months I wasn't gonna make this video, and it's been eating away at me. I couldn't do it anymore.
His audience buys this stuff, dude. His audience is into it. Look. Oh. End of the video. Fade to white. Oh, Frank. Oh, Frank. Oh, you're so brave. Frank Tufano. You're so brave. Oh, Frankie boy. Oh, Frankie boy. Come on. I mean, how, like, it's all right. It's hilarious, right? But then you got to realize also that when he made this video, his audience was out there going for blood on Paul Saladino. And he still gets Frankie's audience constantly tagging him and insulting him. Saladino doesn't even block this dude. Doesn't even block him on Twitter. Lets him just talk shit. Says nothing back, right? Which maybe that's what I should have done. Just shut my mouth for a while. But you know what? I thought maybe Frank would actually step up. Thought maybe he would actually come on and debate. But it looks like he won't. He looks like he won't. I'm sure he's too busy having his audience polish the glass house while he gaslights them and is sending him more money so they can buy him a farm for $500,000. Because that's what he needs now. He needs them to buy him a $500,000 farm. Come on, dude. That was pathetic. All right, so there's that one. This is exhausting. This is exhausting watching this douchebag, but you know what? It has to be done, and then once it's done, it's done. Right? But Frank had the choice. He could have come on here and he could have exposed me as a shill that he called me out for being. Could have exposed me as a shill. He decided not to. And that's fine. Let's go back to... Was it this one?
I was thinking about getting my own tanning bed in my house. I do it mostly for appearance. So, you know, throughout the winter, maybe I'll go like...
That's not the clip. Too many clips here. I'm sick of this face, but we got to do it. Anyway, so this wannabe actor who started his whole YouTube career by getting unnecessary plastic surgery on his face, getting breast reduction surgery, or no, gynecomastia surgery. Right, got a boob job, face job, started his YouTube career. His claim to fame is his boob job and his face job. This actor, amazing actor too, by the way. Let's hear what else has got to say.
How do you stop hair from thinning or how do you increase density? Like what specific vitamins lead? How do you stop hair from thinning or how do you increase density? Like what specific vitamins lead to thick, healthy hair? Why don't you go ask the other baldivores? I mean, if you guys like the other carnivores so much, why don't you ask them how to get thick, luscious hair? Oh wait, do they have any hair? No, they don't. I'm sorry.
Bald man bad.
Guess you can't ask them.
Bald man bad. There you go. So Frank, maybe Frank's trans vegan like me because he's really good at using them vegan talking points. So bald man bad. I guess I just thought that one was funny. I don't know why I grabbed that one. A few more here. Let's see this one. So he says, I'm a Freemason. Bald man bad. He's a Freemason. He's in a secret society. And he's part of a Christian agenda against Frank.
They just want to sell you shit, man. It's bullshit. Yeah, Wordy, I know they're all shills, but what do you do? It's controlled opposition. Anyone that's popular is controlled opposition. Anyone that has hundreds of thousands of followers, millions of followers, is controlled opposition. They're selling you a fake agenda that you think goes against the modern society and the modern media, but then they're steering you in another direction they want you to be in.
All right, so they're all controlled opposition, right? Everybody. Everyone's a shill. Everyone's controlled opposition. Everyone that's more popular than me, they're just more popular than me because their daddy has money. Right? I mean, it's like a child. I don't know what happened to this kid when he was 13 or 14, but he's like perpetually stuck in this 14-year-old personality. We got some super chats though. Oh, Lily Rubin, what's up, Lily? Lily Rubin says, oh yeah, bald man bad, by the way. Look, I still got stubble, dude. I'm not completely bald yet, man. You gotta wait till you can make fun of me for being bald. Give me a few more years. Lily Rubin 499 says, Tristan, you are closer than him to harvesting your own food. What is he on about? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. We're all about homesteading. We're all about family. We're all about actually helping promote a lot of these other people too, like Frank, who we have promoted over the years. Who we did promote back in the day. Brought him on my channel in 2018. And his channel blew up, but no, he didn't appreciate any of that. And he didn't appreciate me biting my tongue for the last year while he shits on me. He just wants to be the most popular. gotta be so popular. And this is what YouTube does to people. This is what the social media madness does to people. It turns you into a narcissistic cult leader. These little people start their own personality cults. And this is why they're always having nervous breakdowns. This is why they're always having these meltdowns and freaking out. Because they live in a fake reality in their glass house, constantly being polished by sycophants that follow them. And not only that, but there are also people in these people's audience who actually lead them along, right? Who actually are feeding them ideas and information, knowingly or unknowingly, and kind of leading them more into this mental illness. All right, so what's the next clip? After this, we've got the doozies are coming. The best ones are coming. And no, we're not going to watch his Chatterbait video. His multiple Chatterbait videos. We're not going to watch those. Too disgusting. Broke, Dark, and Handsome. His Chatterbait screen name. Selling that ass online. He says everyone else is a shill, right? Yet, openly talked about selling his holes, we'll call them, for money.
Do you ever go to any carnivore events? I mean, I wasn't invited to the first carnivore con, and I'm definitely not getting invited to this one because I'm not a special interest shill that's being paid by big agriculture to promote the consumption of estrogenic feedlot beef. So no, my answer is no, I don't go to these carnivore events, and I don't encourage you to because they're just a money grab. They just want to take your money and not improve your health. Well, I can't say that's not necessarily true.
A few months of Prilosec a few years ago.
All they want to do is take your money and improve your health a little bit, just enough to keep taking your money. They don't want you to actually become healthy enough so your brain starts working.
Okay. Nonsensical. So I guess I pulled that clip because it's just another example of just the jealousy, right? The envy, the jealousy, all these people, they just want your money. They just want your money. But it's funny because it seems like this dude projects quite a bit, right? Well, first he used to call, he would say that everybody's gay. He would say that everybody's gay. and then what came out? He was selling them holes. Sneaky Finger Frank Tufano was selling the holes. Was doing the chatterbait streams, and said that he was escorting for men. And actually went into really graphic detail and some stories about his escapades as an escort, which was really gross. Very, very gross. Yes, it's gross to sell your body for money, especially when you're talking about other people not having integrity. It's really gross to sell your holes for money. And what's also gross is you try to say everyone else was gay, right? All these other people are gay. All these vegans are gay. All these vegans they're all homos, man. Come on, Frank.
At all during the week, so it depended. I would say average 10 to 15 times a month when I wasn't bodybuilding. Frank is being censored from carnivore events. Yeah, it doesn't matter because I'm gonna make more money than all those clowns combined.
And the truth comes out. That's probably why I pulled that one. He wants to make more money than everyone. He wants to be more popular. I'm be more popular. I make more money than everybody.
Don't worry about that. And I'm not gonna spend the money on a mansion for me and my rotten family. I'm gonna spend it on helping people.
He's not going to get a mansion from his rotten family. So I don't know what he's talking about there. Maybe he's talking about Sean Baker. Because I do know Sean Baker's got a nice house. Sean Baker, who's worked pretty long time as a doctor. Does this mean I agree with everything Sean Baker says? Absolutely not. But, I will defend him against Frankie here, who just hates him because Frank's jealous, right? Frank calls them all carnivores. Says they're all carnivores. And while Sean Baker does tell a lot of people, hey, eat the grain-fed beef, blah, 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 and I wish he would go a little bit harder for regenerative agriculture, for grass-fed beef. I do wish he would do that. He's a big boy, though. He gets to make his own decisions. He did speak at the National Cattlemen's Beef Association, which I'm going to talk with Garland Farms about the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. But I don't think Sean Baker's a shill, like Frank's saying. Right? But Frank is most definitely jealous of Sean Baker. And why? Because of his attention. Because Sean Baker gets attention because Sean Baker has some money. Sean Baker worked as a surgeon for a long ass time. Sean Baker's actually had legitimate jobs. Sean Baker actually was educated, right? So anyways, all right, that's the last clip I'm pulling from there. Now, what we're going to look at is we're going to talk about Frank's jealousy of Sean Baker. We're going to talk about some more of Frank's little lies here as I pull open this. All right. So, let's pull this over the top here. How's everybody doing there in the chat? Well, we got 600 people. What's up? 600 bigots in the chat. How are you bigots doing? We got Carnival in the chat. How you doing, man? I hope to see you soon, dude. Ride your bike over this week. If the cops will let you through. All right. Who else we got? I'm sure we got some flanky bots up in here. Let's see. I want to see what they were saying. View. Is Frank actually using bots? That'd be so funny. All right. I don't think some people are saying there's bots. We got Links here. What's up, Links? What's up, Links? Who else is here? Let me go check the super chat. Liberty not licensed. What's up, man? Says, good, brother. God is still good today and always. That's right. Quit fearing man. Quit fearing the state. Don't fear the state. Don't fear viruses. Fear God, guys. Oh, no, there he is. That's his Christian. He's a Christian shill, guys. He's the Christian shill. All right, let's pull this to the side. Screen sharing here. Let's see. There we go. All right, you got Frank Tufano. Here we go. Frank and I talking on Skype. Let's make my little window here a little bigger. Why not? Why not? Frank and I talking on Skype. So I first met Frank because he was using alt accounts to try to get onto my show. He was using alt accounts and he was giving comments and sending private messages saying to have me on his show. How many of these bots? These bots are invading. But wasn't that bot talking about Frank? Yeah. Frankie the rusty trombone player. There's a lot of controlled opposition. There you go. Yeah. Who are these bots? Thanks, Carnival. Carnival's cleaning up shop in there. Ruthless. Ruthless. All right. Crazy. These bot things are weird. Who is that? Maybe that's they copy paste our old comments. Oh man. Man, the internet's getting crazy. They just repeat things said in chat. Thanks a lot. Hey Carnival, I know you're working hard over there, man. Your Cargill shield check is in the mail, dude. All right, so here Frank calls Spherich, says he's mentally ill. Spherich is mentally ill. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Spherich is mentally ill. So here we're just talking about the stream that we had just done, where Flanky came on and talked to Spherich and Milk Jar. Closet heterosexual Frank Tufano versus foot fetish baby stomping Vegan Gains. Okay, yeah, we're talking about Vegan Gains debate, which I hosted a debate with him and Vegan Gains. I forgot all about this. I hosted 2 debates with him and Vegan Gains. Frank did nothing but insult me in so many ways on those debates. You guys can go back and watch those. And then after the debates, he tried to blame me and my moderating. He tried to blame me on my moderating. He tried to blame my moderating for his shitty debate skills. Oh look, we got some butthurt Flank fans in here. Brett Levine says, so you scheduled a live stream the same time as Frank's? Tell Frank to come on and debate. What's more pathetic? Flanky girl, or I'm sorry, Flanky boy, or Flanky's audience? What's more pathetic? I can't decide. Tell Frank to come on. Tell your boy Frank to come on here and expose me, right? Tell him to come expose me. I know Frank gets really mad if people dare to stream or release videos, because he invented all that shit, right? Even though Frank never streamed until he came on my stream and I showed him how to do it. Isn't that funny? Frank never streamed until I showed him how to do it on my live stream, and then he started shadowing my content. Look at all these bots. There's so many bots coming in, it's crazy. So you guys go over there and ask Frank why he won't come on and debate. Why won't he come on and tell me why I'm a shill? All right, so Frank says, I'm just from New York. I might have this model girl I used to be friends with on a video. I can't imagine how pissed everyone's going to be. I guess he's saying that to me, making fun of him, calling him a closet heterosexual, because he swears he's straight, right? Oh, then, all right, here's a great one. So this is what's funny. This is what's so funny now that Frank's Chatterbait account has been leaked, right? His Chatterbait account of him sticking, what was it, sticking that phallus, that dildo in his booty hole, sticking his stinky Frank fingers that he handles that meat with, that he sells you people, in his butt. And I don't think coconut oil is carnivore, by the way, guys. I don't think coconut oil is carnivore. So he's talking, he's over here talking about, oh, I'm going to get a model girl in a video. And I make a joke because at this time, I started to see just how nutty this dude is. I started to see just how crazy Frank was. And I was like, this is the kind of guy that would release a fake sex tape just so he could get famous like the Kardashian chicks. This is the type of dude that would do some weird shit like that. So I made a joke to him. We're making fun of vegan gains, right? Vegan gains with a cucumber, right? And then I said, don't go full on intentionally leak sex tape on us, Frankie. And he says, it's inevitable. And I would say, accidentally leak a sex tape on your channel? LOL. He says, maybe in like a year or two, after I milk the gay shit for a while. And I say, blur it out. Please blur it out. Please blur it out. So here's Frankie Boy talking about leaking a sex tape. Talking about leaking a sex tape here. So who knows, man? You never know with these people. I'm not saying, I don't know if he purposely leaked his Chatterbait stuff, which was broke, dark, and handsome. One word that was online when he talks about how he's an escort, how he sells his holes for cash. Sells his holes for cash. And here he is. All right, you Frank fans, you guys are just annoying. You guys are out. Or you just go on timeout. How about that? The Frank fan is so triggered, you're just going to be on timeout for a little bit. Wear the dunce hat in the side. And think about how fucking stupid you are for following this idiot and for defending him for so long. So here he is. He's going to milk the gay shit for a while. He's going to milk the gay shit for a while. And yeah. Accidentally leak a sex tape on your channel? It's inevitable, he says. After he milks the gay shit for a while. No, I will legit post a sex tape if I can find a girl that is stupid fucking hot. Oops, uploaded the wrong video. Willing to do it, he tells me. So at this point, I'm like, I'm just like, man, this guy's pretty freaking weird. You crack me up, dude. Haven't had anyone that will let me film them. I legit asked like 3 girls so far. Sure, dude. Me and Jessica are here just like, dude, what are you doing? Imagine if, like, I leaked a sex tape. Oh, no. All right. I got to find it now. All right. I got to search this. Dang it. Search messages. I got to go all the way back. Damn it. All right. Sex tape. There he goes. All right. You crack me up, dude. I've legit asked three girls so far. Imagine if, like, I leak a sex tape and they only see the person's back. And they think it's a girl. Then I leak the other half of the sex tape. And are you, like, that's weird. Why would you say that? At this point, it's like, I kind of still think he's joking because he keeps swearing that he's straight. He keeps swearing that he's straight. And then he says that. I don't even want to read it because it's just so gross, especially since everybody's seen this now. And I leak the other half of the sex tape to a tranny or a dude. That would be even crazier. Yes, it would. I couldn't live that down, though. All right, so then me and him, he comes on and has the vegan gains thing. All right, so let's scroll down here. Let me pull this off. All right. Oops. How weird is that, right? And then a sex tape gets found. That's actually been online for years. But it was just him. It was solo. It was just him solo streaming. All right, let me find some other parts. There's some interesting parts of this chat. Tame Type 1, what's up, dude? Sends $2. Says Frank is messed up because his mom destroyed him. Look, hey, maybe Frank will actually come around. Maybe Frank will actually realize how stupid he's being with all this stuff, and he'll stop trying to be a little social media starlet and swearing he loves fame. Frank said you can F your sheep on your own. Yeah, dude, he says weird stuff, right? Super weird. Like, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. You try to be, like, nice to people, but very socially awkward, right? You try to joke with people, and it's, like, really, really weird. Okay, so then basically giving him advice about the Richard debate. Here, I'll just pull it up again. All right, talking about the moderating. I'm trying to find the part about Sean Baker, where he freaks out about Sean Baker. All right, so here we go. Wait, no, that's not it. All right, guys, bear with me here. How's everybody doing in the chat? What's up, everybody? Who officially leaked the Chatterbait video? It wasn't leaked, dude. It was just online. Somebody just figured out what his Chatterbait account name was. It's been online forever, apparently. All right, Frank Tufano. How do you search in the conversation? Find. Baker. Let's find that. Oops. All right, why is the search not working? I'm gonna have to scroll through here and find it. That's super annoying. Ah, man, seeing how much time I wasted, like, giving him good advice on the vegan gains debate that he totally threw away. What online software? Here's a funny one. Here's a funny one. So again, the real Frank Tufano, the real fake Frank Tufano. So I just copy and paste my book from Word, then add pictures pretty much. I'm telling him how Jessica used InDesign. Oh shit, it lost it again. Goes all the way down to the bottom. It's hard to scroll through Skype and find this stuff, but anyways, you guys get the point, what kind of person this guy is. So I give him an opportunity to come on here and prove that I'm a shill, talking shit all over me. Control F and it brings up a search for browser. I'm searching in there and it doesn't show up. I wonder if it changes. Okay, here we go. All right, here we go. Here's some more. Talking about vegan gains. No one likes him. I'm too funny and charismatic. I was actually, this is a long time ago. What date was this? March 11th, 2019. So this is before he started shitting on everybody. He was still okay, right? but he starts like saying some weird shit. I was actually debating doing a video critiquing Baker's video he did talking about grass-fed meat, which I don't remember grass-fed meat video by Sean Baker, but I have heard him many times say that he likes grain-fed beef, right? So I disagree with him on that. I think we should go for grass-fed always. I think we should definitely support local food producers and not support the big ag grain-fed beef. But of course, we all know what really drives Frank. Does he really care about the grain-fed? Does he really care about that? He just wants to be popular. He wants to be the king of carnivore. I was actually debating doing a video critiquing Sean Baker's video he did talking about grass-fed beef and lashing out at him because those cunts didn't invite me to the carnivore thing. They didn't invite him to the carnivore thing. He doesn't care about the grain-fed beef. He just wants to be the top of the pile, the top of the shit pile. But I'm a big believer in not doing anything negative to people. That being said, if that motherfucker gets on the Joe Rogan podcast before me, I might have an aneurysm, right? So just constant like obsession over fame and getting on Joe Rogan. If Sean Baker does get on Jerry before me, I'm going to take the gloves off. Bet he hasn't had a bite of liver in his life or read one study on indigenous people. Frank, don't let in. See, I tried to give this dude legitimately waste my freaking time giving this guy good information. And what does he do? He shits on me, calls me a shill. Oh, you're a Freemason, bro. Said Frank, don't let insecurity drive you. You got a good thing going. No need to compare with others. We're just obsessed with comparing with others. I think I really need to get my book finished. He just keeps talking about how he needs money. And I told him, if you suddenly had tons of money and fame, you'd be miserable. Because it's true. Look at him now. He has more fame. He has more money. And Sean Baker was on JRE. He got on JRE, and Frank's pissed and jealous. And then he's here talking about, oh no, I'd be leaking sex tapes. So I'm just trying to give him decent advice. I would be a walking comedian because he thinks he's real funny. I'm just like, look at all these miserable, fucked up celebrities. All right, so that's that for that one. He's still talking about that. Play nice. Oh yeah, so then we're going to send him our book. I'm like, all right, so we got our book. We're finally releasing our cookbook over a year ago. And this sociopath, I tell him, hey, we're about to release the carnivore cookbook for people who really love animals in a few weeks. Can I send you a copy? And of course, instead of saying, oh yeah, cool, like I'll review it or something, right? After I've had him on my channel so many times, been so nice to this kid. He says, sending a cookbook to a chef? You sure you want to do that? Right, so then the narcissism comes up. The the sociopathic drive to be better than everybody, to be superior, to feel superior, and he shits on it. Oh, I'm a chef, right? I probably wouldn't even like it. Basically, is what he's saying. You got to promise not to get jealous and throw shade on it, though, right? I know what's going on. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I try to be nice to people. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, and sometimes they just throw it right back in your face. So then he says, I was thinking of writing a carnivore cookbook. Right? Well, I was going to do that. So after this, it's, okay, all done. All done. Right? So I didn't send him the book, obviously. All right, so then another vegan gains debate. All right, giving him a lot of debate advice. Look at all this time wasted. All right, so let's go down to all right, so then he releases that video about Saladino, and I straight up tell him what's going on. Waste my time again, right? Waste my time again. Hadn't talked to him in like months or like a month. What was it? Who knows? All right, so waste my time again. Told him, Frank, you're being petty and delusional. Because he started saying he's the only one who talks about nose to tail. So I sent him a video from 2014. Our 2015 book telling him how to make liver jerky. And he says he invented. Right? We have crunchy liver chips in there. Whole section on organ meats. I'm like, dude, you're being delusional. Trying to tell him what's up. You don't invent this shit, Frank. We've been talking about nose to tail eating since 2014 on our channel. Our book was in 2015. Saladino didn't rip you off. You didn't invent any of that information. Weston A. Price Foundation's been promoting it forever. Really silly video. Not trying to be a dick, but you're making yourself really look shitty here. Told him what's up. Told him what's up. Point was, he took 5 to 6 specific. All right, so then he's just delusionally trying to say why. Coffee cherry, like, dude, I've known that term forever. They're coffee cherries. They sell the juice from coffee cherries. Right? Greenfield talks about that word all the time. I straight up told him that he's being delusional. He got all butthurt at me. Trying to help you out doesn't help you. Vegan level bitchdom. And it was after this that he just went full on psycho, right? Went full on nutty. Full on nutty. Calling Paul a snake. This is when he kind of snapped on Paul, right? The delusion, the jealousy, all that stuff got into him. Okay. So instead of actually talking to me, he's like, oh, make a video. Make a video. Right? So this is like the last conversation I had with Frank. None of this stuff is yours. You claim you're the only carnivore who promotes organ meats. We've been promoting them for years. You know what hypomania is? You know what hypomania is? Exactly what you're experiencing, dummy. All right, so he's been carnivore for 6 months. So then we talked. Call started. 1:36. This conversation that I had with Frank on this day was one of the most obnoxious conversations I've ever had with anybody, one of the most memorable conversations I've ever had with anybody online, because it was so exemplar of the nuttiness of social media, right? Of the social media, like the mental illness beauty pageant, right? So I get on Skype with them. Jessica's in the room, in and out, in my living room, which used to be the office. Get on Skype with them. New person crying over here. White Nighters for Frank crying over here. You shouldn't share private messages. I do not give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. This dude has been shitting on me, calling me a shill, and here I am showing you exactly what's going on with this guy. So anyways, this conversation I had with Frank was one of the most obnoxious conversations I've ever had with anybody, right? This dude told me he hadn't slept for like a week, and it was right after he made his Paul Saladino video, and he was just in a manic haze. This dude was in a freaking manic haze. He was so zonked out. He was reading his YouTube comments the whole time. I'm sitting there talking to this dude. Took an hour out of my day to talk to this guy. I could have been with my children. I could have been working on other things, but I cared enough to actually talk to this dude and try to talk this creepy little googly-eyed douchebag out of his delusions, out of his delusional manic episode. So I'm sitting there talking to this guy for an hour, and he can't stop reading his comments. He can't stop staring at his YouTube comments, looking for justification, banning people who disagree with him. And the whole time I'm having to call him out, Frank, listen to me. And he just keeps going in this loop. No, everybody's gaslighting me. Everybody's gaslighting me, dude. Everyone's lying. They're all lying. They're trying to gaslight me. The whole time I'm telling him, stop reading your freaking comments, Frank. Then he starts telling me about, I need to get on Joe Rogan. If Paul Saladino gets on Joe Rogan before me, I'm going to flip my shit. Going in the same loops as you saw in the Skype conversation, right? Just saying like the same stuff over and over again. And I'm trying to pull this dude out of his freaking nutty haze. And he can't stop reading his YouTube comments. Living in his YouTube bubble, polishing his glass house with his stupid ass YouTube comments, right? And the end of it, he starts talking about, oh, I'm an actor. I'm better than all these people. I'm better than all these people. I'm better than everybody. I'm more handsome than Paul. I'm better looking. I'm more funny. He keeps saying stuff like that. I'm like, dude, you're being freaking delusional. And then he starts saying how he's a great actor. I'm a great actor. I'm going to make it big. I might go to LA. All this stuff. And I'm just like, dude. And he keeps talking about Joe Rogan. He keeps talking about Joe Rogan, how he needs to go on Joe Rogan first. I'm going to be on Joe Rogan. I'll be on Joe Rogan. And at this point, it's like, I'm just so upset. I'm like, dude, you're freaking insane and miserable. You're such a miserable little sniveling weasel. Right? And at that point, I did get a little harsh with him. Right? And I told him, dude, you know what? You're not going to go on Joe Rogan. You're a shit actor. He's like, what are you talking about? Have you seen my vegan day of eating video? And I told him, dude, the only character you can do is an effeminate little something. And he hung up on me. So that's the last time I talked to Frank. Now, after that, he started shitting on me publicly after I spent my time and energy, my precious time and energy, trying to help this dude, bringing him on my channel, talking all sorts of shit. But yeah, I did hit him with the harsh truth at the end there, because it was so, you know when you're talking to somebody and they're so manic and they're so lost and you can't get them out of their bubble, I had to tell them, like, dude, you're fucking delusional. You're a shitty actor and you're never going to be on freaking Joe Rogan, man. So that was the last I talked to him. I'm sick of this dude's shit. I'm sick of this dude attacking me. I'm sick of this dude attacking everyone else. I'm sick of this guy lying to everybody else. I gave him an opportunity to come on here and to prove his point, to prove that I'm a shill, right? Oh, Tristan's a shill. All the carnivores are shill. They're carnivores. I gave him a chance to come in front of my audience and prove me wrong. I would have had a nice conversation with him today and allowed him to apologize to me for lying and shitting on me. But this is what ends up happening. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is, dude. So I'm sick of this shit. I hope Frank gets well. I have no ill will towards you, Frank. I'm sure you won't watch this stream because you know that glass house will get shattered. You know that if you come on here and talk to me, that a glass house is going to get shattered, and you want to control the narrative because you want to maintain your stupid little bubble. You want to maintain your dumb little bubble, dude. And that little bubble isn't doing you any good. And these people that you're surrounded with, those people that you're surrounded with in your chats, in your comment sections, are enabling you, and they're helping screw you up even more. All right? So your family probably loves you and cares about you, and you're always throwing them under the bus and trying to hide behind them. Stop blaming everyone else for your problems. Take freaking responsibility. And be yourself, dude. We're sick of this falseness, we're sick of this fakeness, and we're sick of this nonsense. I have a freaking headache from watching this. I was up late last night. The world's going nuts. And I'm done talking about Frank Tufano. That's it. We're not even going to watch this. No, wait. There's one more thing. Damn it. There's one more thing. The gaslighting. I'm sorry, the gang stalking. So next accusation. Last accusation that we're going to discuss. Oh, I'm sick of it. But we got to do this one because this is ridiculous. Gang stalking video.
Gang stalking is a form of...
How do I open it? Open with. Quick time. All right, I'm sick of this, but we're doing this. This is the last one, and then it's over. Then we're all done with Frank. So, last accusation, says I'm CIA shill, says we're CIA shills. I don't even have that picture pulled up. Where's that video clip? It says they're all CIA. They're all CIA intelligence. The Freemasons, the Christian shills pushing a Christian agenda. Yeah, dude, they are pushing a Christian agenda. I'm pushing a Christian agenda. Right? The whole of creation is pushing a Christian agenda. And people reject it, and they choose all sorts of nonsense and lies and idols instead. Look, dude, I'm far from perfect. I am not a shill, though. I ain't a CIA, Freemason, whatever other nutty stuff you've been calling me. Well, I bit my tongue and said nothing. All right, here's properties. Let's find this one. All right. Last one. This video he titled Gaslighting, Gang Stalking, Gaslighting, and Astroturfing. So let's pull this up here over the top and play it.
Gang stalking is a form of community mobbing and organized stalking, controlled harassment on a targeted individual, typically done to whistleblowers like myself. Those exposed...
Whistleblowers like myself. So another delusional statement. I'm a whistleblower. right? You're a whistleblower. Whose whistle are you blowing, Frank? Huh? Pun intended. Whose whistle you blowing? How much does it cost to get that whistle blown? Dude, whistleblower. You call everyone else shills, call everyone else pieces of shit. You need to take a break, dude. You need to take a break off of social media. Why don't you just make your informational videos? Stop calling us out for bullshit delusions that you're making up to feed your own ego. And take a break from social media. Take a break, dude. Just like the peasant's daughter. Thank you for the super chat donation. The peasant's daughter. It's exhausting, right? Now imagine seeing all this and then just biting your tongue for a year while this dude just shits on you and everyone else around you. This kid needs help. He needs to get well. And Frank, if you want to talk, that's what I've been trying to do. When I sent you private message and said, let's talk about this, dude. You're calling me a shill. You're calling me a Freemason, saying this and that. You want to actually talk? Let's talk. But no. Tristan going to ban me. All right. Logical Links is triggered. He gets mad when I talk about God. All right, so the peasant's daughter, CA 2099. I hope Frank takes a long break from social media and deals with his issues. Me too. Loving your channel direction lately. The Jessica and family appearances are lovely. Yeah, it's going to be more of that, right? A lot more of that. I'm not here to make a bunch of stupid-ass drama videos. I'm here to try to help people. I'm here to put my message out there. But I'm not here to be slandered and attacked for nonsense and lied about. I'm here to tell the truth. I'm here to help people. Right? And at one point, Frank said he was doing the same. And I hope he goes back to that. Right? Because he could very easily stop attacking everybody. He could very easily apologize to me. He could very easily say, you know what? I was wrong. And I shouldn't have talked shit on some of these people. And I had a legitimate gripe with this, but I don't know. Maybe you have legitimate beef with some people. Who knows? But I never did anything to you, dude. I never did anything but help you. Try to reach out to you and help you. So anyways, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that. Whoa! I need some water. Jessica? She's asleep. I need to do a commercial break and go get some water. Or lick my lips with Frank. All right. So here we go. Gaslighting, gang stalking, gaslighting, and astroturfing. Gaslighting and astroturfing are actually, those are terms that I'm pretty sure this dude learned from me, which is funny. Not that I didn't invent those terms at all, right? But those are just terms that I was using. I think I used both of those terms on the first stream that Frank came on, which after that stream, he started streaming, started trying to mirror my content. Here he goes.
Gang stalking is a form of community mobbing and organized stalking combined. Controlled harassment on a targeted individual, typically done to whistleblowers like myself, those exposing a corporate agenda. The goal being to isolate a target, make them destitute, make the target homeless, jobless, give them a breakdown.
No one wants that. Nobody wants you homeless or jobless, Frank. I want you to succeed. I want you to be well off. I want you to quit the bullshit and be who you are. I want you to get well. I want you to be well off. Nobody wants you homeless, dude. Except maybe subconsciously you. Maybe that little parasite inside of you that's constantly whispering all this envy, jealousy, pride, and nonsense into your ear. Maybe that wants you to go in this direction. Nobody cares for this content. You're building up a toxic audience of people that despise you, which I don't despise you, which is why I had you on the stream before. I despise the way you've treated me. I despise the way you've treated other people. I despise the way that you've been sending your audience to attack me. But I don't despise you, dude. I hope you get well. Sorry, I'll let the video play.
Primary goal being to drive the target to suicide. There are some days I've told myself I don't want to be here anymore. But my life isn't about making myself happy.
You know what? Nobody wants that. I'm going to go get some water, but nobody wants that. All right? The fact that he's doing this technique is very, very manipulative. This is very, very, very cruel manipulation of his audience. Very, very cruel manipulation there.
Happy. It's about making other people happy. The reason for all of this is that I've been pouring out special interest funding, aka corporate shills, those promoting an agenda because they are paid to do so. In both the vegan and carnivore communities, the carnivores are actually working with vegans against me. Logical Links, aka Josh Blackburn, recently commented on a Vegan Gains video and has been working with him privately. Josh is the moderator of the Zero Carb Reddit forum, a carnivore community who has banned me as
Alright, so him calling out Josh is ridiculous. This dude, Josh, is just a normal... Josh is not making any money off carnivore at all. Dogs. Sorry, we got a lot... I actually interviewed Josh on my channel. So maybe this is part of why he's like so delusional. Josh doesn't like Frank for whatever reason, I guess. They have a little beef. Frank's been attacking Josh, and right here, tried to dox him. I don't know if it's really doxing, but he tried to sick everybody on Josh for making simple comments on a video. Right? Josh is just a normal dude who does carnivore, who battled serious depression, right? Like suicidal thoughts, massive anxiety, and got real good benefits from carnivore. He disagreed with Frank, and then Frank tries to call him a gang stalker because he made a comment online. Come on.
As he who cannot be named, censoring all of my truthful nutrition information so they can push their agenda of estrogenic feedlot beef. Vegan Gains has recently made several defamatory videos. He is widely recognized as a psychopath, was happy his grandfather died of a heart attack, and in these recent videos, he's been insulting mentally disabled individuals, has made anti-homosexual remarks, and in general, slander.
Okay. I don't need to point out the irony here, do I?
Slanders and defamatory statements that are untrue. He is on...
Which we've witnessed him doing here. Not him, not Vegan Gains, but Frank doing here many times.
He is on copious amounts of pharmaceutical drugs and following a vegan diet, both of which are likely impairing his judgment. Not only that, Vegan Gains has mentioned he is a sexual pervert, having to masturbate multiple times per day, as well as saying that mentally disabled people should be euthanized in some past.
He is a sexual pervert. Okay. Remember, this guy, Frank, who's always sexualizing everything, making weird, gross sexual content constantly. Have you, like, the thumbnails on his channel are so gross and perverted, and then people found his Chatterbait account and posted clips from his Chatterbait video where he's making all sorts of disgusting comments. Very, very, really gross sexual stuff that he's talking about, right? Constantly. Isn't this funny? Isn't this funny? So, again, right, accusing his enemies of exactly what he's doing. It's a consistent thing. Very, very consistent. And this is a trait that narcissists and sociopaths are constantly exhibiting.
Some past debates. To my understanding, my sister lives a far more productive life than this evil degenerate, as she instills happiness in people, not lies and hatred. So what value does that put in your pathetic life?
So again, I've never heard Vegan Gains. I'm not a fan of Vegan Gains, right? I think Vegan Gains is super lost and pretty pathetic in many ways. But again, Frank trying to hide behind his sister, always trying to prop his sister up in front of him as a human shield. Why does he do that? If he really cared about her, would he use her as a human shield?
As your chubby, decaying body sits on that putrid gamer chair, decaying into a corpse. One statement was made that I took advantage of my mentally disabled sister by posting weight loss progress photos to Instagram. Only a degenerate sexual pervert that cannot keep his hands off of himself would take something so out of context.
Again, broke, dark, and handsome. Some things you can never unsee. And I hope you wash those hands before you handle that meat you sell people.
I was going to have my parents as well as my sister explain this on my camera, but they were too upset to do so.
So he tried to convince his parents and his sister to get on camera and to get on camera and gaslight his audience. To get on camera and gaslight his audience. He tried to get his sister to do that. We're putting all this to rest, right? We're done with this. After this, It's over, right? No more talking about Frank. Sick of this shit. Man. I mean, the amount of lies, the way he's twisting this, ridiculous. Emma says, Tristan, you're wildly out of line. Please explain. Please explain. How am I out of line for calling this behavior out? I'm out of line for calling this behavior out. Using his sister as a human shield, trying to get his sister and his mother to come on. Come on. This dude needs to quit playing games with everybody. This dude needs to quit this shit.
So my sister was in tears yesterday, and bringing my family into this is beyond inappropriate. One, those pictures don't have a face, so how can you be so sure as they are my sister? Two, if by chance those pictures were of my sister, they may have been taken by her mother. How do you know I took those pictures? Three, my sister has never been happier in her life after she has... And I've always been transparent about target, harass, and bully individuals like me. That's a forum that I am permanently making healthy meals for her over the past 3 years. Just because you want to play with dogs while you're naked.
It's really gross. It's really sad that he's doing this, trying to put his family in front of him. His family, they don't want to be a part of this, right? So I don't suggest that. I don't want anybody to be harassing these people. I don't want anybody to be messing with these people. I don't want anybody messing with Frank. You know what? Be nice to this guy. Seriously. Don't harass this dude. This dude's obviously twisted up. This dude needs to get off social media for a while, get his life together, apologize to his freaking family, maybe apologize to me for the lies he's told about me, which comes up in a minute.
You're naked, masturbating 3 times per day doesn't mean that you can insult someone who eats meat. The information that is being taken out of context is from my Reddit account, a forum that I am permanently banned from because several virgin cuck moderators have personal vendettas against me and have also sold their souls to corporations. They are getting paid mediocre salaries, living mediocre lives to censor the truth, to target, harass, and bully individuals like me that steer you away from their corporate agendas. Lowest.
Right, so you got Frank's enablers who come in here. Oh, I can't believe you're calling him out for this. I can't believe you. Look what he's doing to all these other people. Look at him trying to sick his audience on Josh. Look at him trying to sick his audience on Paul Saladino. All these other people he's lying about me. Right? Come on, get out of here.
Lowest of the low. Do not trust these people. Any one of these Facebook groups, of these Reddit forums, is monitored by special interest funding. On that Reddit account were several posts of foods that aren't really considered carnivore, like sourdough bread and sweet potato ravioli, foods I cook for my lovely family. And I've always been transparent about my deviations from the carnivore diet. I've eaten healthy cheesecake a couple months ago. You know, I make...
So who cares about all this stuff? Remember, he kept accusing other people of being fake carnivores. Someone accused him of being a fake carnivore, I guess, and he made a video saying they're gang stalking him, right? They're gang stalking me. We need to get them off the internet. We need to kick them off the internet. Come on, dude.
Make various recipes, healthy ice cream, things that people might not consider carnivore. And I've always had a passion for cooking. You know, I was on MasterChef season 9, you know, only a few seconds on the first episode. But I've always been really passionate about food, and I have various food intolerances and allergies that make me unable to eat certain plant foods. For someone to take this out of context, my love for my family, and try to discredit me, is very clear they have a corporate evil agenda behind them, and they are trying to take me out. Another claim was that I use steroids. Unfortunately for you degenerate corporate shills, I know you guys will say anything to discredit me. So I took preventative measures against this low-hanging fruit. I took a steroid drug test several weeks ago. So if you wish to continue to make slanderous, defamatory, false remarks, speculating that I am using steroids, I will gladly show those papers to a judge, and he will decide what monetary compensation is adequate. As far as I know, it's not possible to build muscle on an estrogenic feedlot beef diet or a vegan diet without the use of steroids, aka performance-enhancing drugs. So people like Vegan Gains, Hench Herbivore, Corn Maker are using steroids to virtue signal that their diet is beneficial.
Again, accusing people of being on steroids, with absolutely no proof. All of these people, especially Sean, vehemently denies ever being on steroids, but Frank says he's on steroids.
Sure. If they weren't using steroids, they would look like the estrogenic piles of flabby crap that their diet would truly make them.
And
one strategy.
And look at his audience. As look how he shits on all these people. Look how cruel he is to all these people. But when you simply call out that this dude's being hypocritical, and that he's lying, and that this dude is throwing stones from a glass house, his audience is in your, oh, you're way out of line. Oh, leave Frank alone. Leave Frankie alone. Nobody's here trying to attack Frank. Frank started attacking me a year ago, and I've shut my mouth for a long time. In fact, just like I said before, don't go harass Frank. Be nice to this dude. The dude needs help.
Strategy that all of these gang stalkers use is called gaslighting. Basically, repetitive lying. It's from the movie Gaslight in 1944. It's like you're flicking the light switch on and off, and someone in the room asks you, "Oh, are you turning the lights on and off?" And you go, "No, I'm not. You're just imagining things." This all started after I published a video calling out Paul Saladino, aka Rat Boy, for plagiarizing my information. And many of you gang stalkers are pretty unclear of what the definition of plagiarism is. It means passing off one's work as your own. And I found, 20 to 30 incidences where he strung together word for word verbatim phrases from my videos without crediting me. I was confident that he's plagiarizing me. It's pretty obvious to anyone with an IQ above 80. After posting this video, one of the other carnivore shills, Tristan from Primal Edge Health, called me on Skype and started gaslighting me. I was like, what does this guy think I'm stupid? What are you talking about? The guy was lying to my face and saying it with confidence. He was trying to convince me that I was wrong about the plagiarism through this gaslighting technique. These special interest corporate shills, both vegan and carnivore, are present on all of my social media. These carnivores are controlling the Reddit forums, Facebook groups.
Okay, so gang stalkers, gaslighting, right? Gang stalking, gaslighting. He knows it's not true, but he doubles down. He keeps doubling down on this shit. All right, so, I mean, what else is there to say? He wants to control what everybody else says. Somebody here says, Frank's just mad because he can't control people. It's funny. It is. It's like he wants to constantly control what people say, what people are doing. And when I sent him the invites for this and I said, hey, man, come on, let's discuss it. Right? Let's discuss your accusations against me. You come on and talk. You know what he told somebody? Somebody messaged me. Now, I didn't see when this happened, but somebody messaged me on Instagram and said that on his Instagram live, which he blocked me on Instagram after I DM'd him and said, come on and let's debate it. Let's talk about it. He says, somebody sent me a DM on Instagram and said that Frank said that he'll come on if you publicly denounce Paul Saladino and apologize to Frank for lying on behalf of Paul Saladino. That's what he said. All right. So, look, I know some of you are Frank fans. How can you be so stupid? How can you be so dumb? Right? If you're a Frank fan and you're over here and you're upset, like, this is your fault. You built this monster. You've been enabling this dude and letting this dude gaslight you, letting this dude lie to you and weaponize you against all these people. What the hell's wrong with you? Don't you see what's going on here? All right, so this has been a long time coming. I was going to have him come on and we just have a conversation, and I would have told him exactly what I'm saying to you guys here. I'm sick of the lies. I'm sick of the slander. I'm sick of the attacks. And I'm done with it. All right? I'm done with it. So I think that's the last I'm going to watch of this video. Does he fake cry in the end of this one too? Let's see.
And who wants to buy grass-fed beef from a company who stoops to those standards? I guess the type of person that twerks for donations of $50 from his low IQ vegan audience. Person is a reflection of a non-human entity, the lowest possible level of existence, and, took a step too far in my personal life. And these people will literally say the most despicable stuff. My father wrote, to demean a special needs disabled person is a reflection of...
Oh, goodness. All right. So he's like trying to get his dad involved in this. He's trying to make his parents feel bad. Poor family, right? So anyways, Frank didn't want to come on. Frank apparently doesn't want to come on and said he would only come on. Yesterday told somebody he would only come on if I publicly denounced Paul Saladino, if I would do compelled speech, right? And apologize for shilling for Paul Saladino. Well, look, Frank, nobody's paying me for this shit. In fact, I make a lot less money this year than I did 2 years ago when I never talked about any of this sort of stuff. When I never pushed back so hard against all this stuff that I knew was coming down the line and that we see getting pushed more and more. All right, if I wanted to just make a bunch of money, if I just wanted to make a bunch of money, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now, Frank. But I ain't a shill. I'm not a, what is it called? I'm not a Freemason, a gang stalker. And I don't think Paul Saladino's a shill. I don't think that, who was it? Elise Parker is a shill. Bobby is a shill, right? Oh, they got a Christian agenda against me. Come on, dude. Come on. You know it's nonsense. You know it's bullshit. If you're watching right now, you can still come on. You should have come on from the beginning. We could have hashed this out. But here it is. My assessment of Frank Tufano. The history of Frank Tufano. Brief history of Fwank. And I think that's it. I think that's the last one. There was another video I wanted to talk about, but it's been like 2.5 hours. I gotta get out of here. Let me come over to the chat. What's up in the chat? How's everyone doing? You guys want to do more? There was one more video. I think maybe it's on his channel. You could watch it there. I don't know if I want to. Let's see. Where's that window? Too many windows. Live stream. All right, let me come over here to the chat, read some super chats. The Peasant's Daughter, we appreciated that. Really generous, nice super chat. I hope everything's good with you up there in Canada. My mom and my dad now. My dad, thank God, my dad made it to my mom. He was in Florida, and my mom was in Toronto. And my dad left Florida, and now he's in Toronto. And, yeah. Love you, Mom. Love you, Dad. Hope you guys are good. Probably not watching this. Sorry, it just made me think of my parents there. I hope everybody's parents and grandparents are doing well out there. You know, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening in the world right now. There's a lot of things that are being pushed. A lot of agendas are going to get pushed with what's happening right now, and it's unfortunate that so many of our friends and family are being affected by this. I hope that this virus doesn't affect negatively too many people out there. Anybody who's watching right now in the chat, does anybody know anybody that's actually sick with this virus? Anybody in the chat actually know somebody, like you have a friend or family that you know that is actually sick with the virus? Let me know. We're on total lockdown here. You know 2 people, Kayla, Rebecca, they're sick. 2 people that are sick. Most people say no. Chandy says yes. The people who do, how seriously sick were they? I would love to know. I'm reading your comments now. Most people are no. I don't know anyone who's sick. I do, and I know people who've died, says Nick. Nick, where are you? Sorry to hear that, man. Everyone's quarantined. Everyone I've asked in real life, I've gotten no's, but there's a couple in the chat that said yes. So, I'm sorry to hear that. Washington State, I guess, where most cases are. And how old were they? For the ones who do know people were sick, how old are they? Head cold, young girl and her parents. Did they have permanent damage afterwards? Is anyone sick in my area? No. But a few hours away, allegedly, there were some people that were testing positive. Whole country's on lockdown. Government's using this to... The government here is, it might get weird. It's going to get weird. South America's going to get weird. My bro is dry coughing in the next room. No confirmation yet, though. Yeah. So I have a friend who was in Wuhan. His 2-week trip turned into a month trip. He was quarantined when he returned. Wow. I mean, I'm safe, guys. Check it out. How do you wear this? Like this? No, I'm joking. Yeah, it's getting crazy out there, right? So we do have people who's like, my friend is 27, spiking fever, shortness of breath, throwing up. Shit. Where's your friend? Cashless society is absolutely getting pushed. Update your antivirus software, says somebody. Look, from what I'm hearing, zinc, very important. It does deplete zinc. Iodine might be useful. I'm not sure, though. Iodine's usually important for detoxification. But yeah, zinc apparently can be helpful. And in China, they were using zinc supplements. You can't even get that here, I don't think. So, yeah, we're under full-on lockdown here. People are saying it's been around since September and November. I do think that's very likely true. Actually, everybody in our house in December, we all got really bad, like head cold, like real dense congestion and coughs. But there was some phlegm from the cough. Ryder had it. I had it. Jessica had it. Real bad headache. I don't remember if there was fevers, but we were also exposed to a lot of mold at the time. I'm trying to find people who went sick. One person was healthy, only 35. Oh, that was someone in China. A friend, I'm in the UK, and know fair few people have been sick. All right, so anybody know 38, so somebody? The other 50-ish. All right, the chat's going pretty fast there, so it's hard to know. Meat has lots of zinc, exactly. Animal foods. Nanosilver destroyed Ebola, says somebody. Yeah, I think it could be good. Resting bitch face. There we go. We got some super chats. Anonymous sent 50 DKKs. I don't know what those are, but I'll take them. Thanks, you guys. I want to appreciate all of the super chats you guys are sending. It really does help. It really does help. You know, everybody's income's getting hit hard with this stuff, and I appreciate the generous super chats you guys have been giving. We're just trying to get by. We're just trying to make it by as well, and I appreciate all the help. You work hard. Tristan, if you're a shill, and I want to know your handler because I need cheddar to go to the livestock auction on Friday. I want a new truck and water wagon too, and $1 million. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys, make sure to buy me a $500,000 farm and a new car, like Frank's trying to get his audience to do. Crazy. But yeah, I thank you so much, Resting Bitch Face, for the generous super chat. I appreciate that. I love your comments. You always have great input. I wish I could go to a livestock auction on Friday. I ain't got no money. I'm trying to get another milking cow. I think I'm gonna have to do a trade for some stuff. And yeah, so what else is going on with the quarantine, guys? Anybody? So the people who know people who got sick, did they recover? Yeah, I hope I already got that COVID too. I hope that was it in December. You know what? I'm not as. Obviously, there is something going around. There are colds going around, flu's going around all the time, and I'm a little bit less worried about the virus than I am what's being pushed and what's riding on the wave of this that's justifying a lot of the agendas that have been on the table for a long time that I've warned people about for decades or for over a decade now. So yeah, the Event 201, exactly. That kind of stuff is concerning. Right? Yep. So you guys, if you guys want to hear, you can't get too deep into some of this stuff here on YouTube, but Alternate Current Radio, alternatecurrentradio.com. Make sure to check out, we just did last night a very long talk on the current situation that's going on in the world. We have one case in our small city. It's a state of emergency here, yeah. They think they can synthesize a treatment from the plasma of the recovered. The mandatory treatments are getting kind of scary, this stuff talking about. Okay, so Gabrielle Leon says she's treating people directly. She talks about a specific supplement that's helping people in China recover. But I forget what it's called. All right, well, maybe I'll have to get her on and we can talk about it. Gates' impeccable timing with his Netflix appearance, and now his test kits. Yeah, exactly. The DNA test kits, China's destroying cash. They're moving towards cashless. You have talk about mandatory medical treatments that will be injected, and that's in Denmark. There have been a law passed for mandatory treatments. We might see a full currency collapse globally. It seems like they might want to be pushing that. Alternate current radio. Yeah, I'll put this in. All HTTP. //alternatecurrentradio.com. Oh, it's all caps. Dang it. Can it still link? It's not even going to hyperlink. I'll give you guys a link for ACR. There we go. So we did a good one last night. Had a great boiler room last night. Jay was there. You know what? I've been fortunate enough to work with some of my the most respected people and respectable people in media that a lot of people don't even know about, right? I've gotten to work with Jay Dyer. I've gotten to have really great conversations with Melissa Dykes and Aaron Dykes, right? Whose films are of such value, whose films are so good. And oh shit, are they live? They're live right now? Quarantine day 2. All right, so I might jump on Boiler Room right now. Oh, it's been a long day, guys. We're working hard, but yeah, check out alternatecurrentradio.com. I might jump live on the Boiler Room with Hesher and the crew. I don't know who's there right now. Let's see. It's actually, this stuff is too...
Ohio, Cuyahoga County, they said that they're paying attention to not let violent people out.
All right, so yeah, I think I might jump in on the ACR show. But yeah, we talked about it last night. So let's see what else is going on. So the people who do know people who were sick, did they recover? Have they recovered yet? How long did it take? Who benefits from these actions? Well, who do you think? Right? Amazon's benefiting a lot. Right? Who's benefiting? Who's benefiting? The huge corporations, the big investment banks, right? All right, so we'll see what happens, guys. You know, I think one of the most important things to do, one of the most important things we should do is pray with our families, right? Pray with your families, be with your families, be with your loved ones. And this is going to be used to justify the removal of rights. They're going to try to keep this power. The longer this goes on for, the longer people are freaked out for, the more can be pushed. So I don't want to get too much into that. I'm going to jump on, listen to Alternate Current Radio, listen to yesterday's Boiler Room, and there's going to be a lot of Boiler Rooms going on this week. Everyone's at home, everyone's around, so yeah. Anyways, like I was saying earlier, I've had the pleasure to work with Aaron and Melissa Dykes from Truth Stream Media, with Jay Dyer, with Hesher and Spore from the Boiler Room, Alternate Current Radio, the whole crew there, and really blessed to be there. Please pray for my family, says Lily, yeah. And we all got to pray for our families. So what else is going on, guys? Let me see. Come over here. The chat's going too fast. Let me see if there's any more super chats. Thanks, you guys, for all the super chats today. Got a whole bunch of bigots watching. I mean, this is a time when a lot of people do start a lot of the walls start breaking down, and people start praying in times like this. People who've never prayed before. People who've never... Why do I still have him pulled up here? I don't want that. All right, I'm all done talking about Frank. So let me finish up. Let's close up talking about Frank. All done talking about Frank. No, I'm not a gang stalker. No, I'm not a Freemason shill, an Illuminati shill, a secret society shill, a carnivore. None of those things. And you know it's not true, and that's why you wouldn't come on here and try to prove your point. That's why you wouldn't come on here and try to defend your position, because you know it's nonsense. So, you know what? Nothing against you. I'm done. You should be done with the attacks, and you should apologize. You should apologize to your family for trying to throw them under the bus and use them as human shields. You should apologize to probably some other people too. But you know what? I don't care if you apologize to me. I think it would be nice, but all good, man. You didn't come on here today. I think it's cowardly that you're going to talk so much shit and then not come on, but I'm done with it, putting it to rest, putting it behind me, and hopefully you do the same. So you can DM me, and we can have a private conversation, and we can talk for real in real life through the freaking internet, of course, right? If you want to talk, Frank, I think you should take a break from social media, or just quit making all these attack videos and get on with your shit. All right, so that part's done. Back to the solo windows. What's everyone? Fear God, not man, says Craig. Exactly. Fear God, not man. Ecuador TP is wild. That's not the TP I usually get. That's just like the cheap stuff. After everything blows over, you'll eat the stocked up meat, but no one's going to eat the ton of canned food and beans they got. Fat NATO's trying to get me into an evolution rant. Yeah, I mean, I've done enough of that lately. Yeah, guys. So, okay, again, I'm sorry. To the people who do know people who were sick, who are sick, who were sick, did they recover? All right. Does anybody here actually know somebody who was sick and passed away? God forbid. We do have people who do know people who were sick. So, another thing, this is definitely going to wake a lot of people up to the fragility of our food supply. Right. This is something. I mean, I've not been looking forward to this at all. Right. But this is something that we saw coming 12 years ago. This is something we saw coming before we left to Ecuador, which is why we came to Ecuador. Ken Wang says they recovered. Food banks will be flooded in a few months. I hope to God they are. I really hope so. Is Ecuador cheap to live? No, it's getting more expensive every day. And with this currency collapse that they're trying to bring about and the IMF austerity net measures, they're trying to choke Ecuador out. They're trying to make all of Latin America as poor as they possibly can so they can extract their resources, feed them kibble, and use them to harvest the GMO corn, wheat, and soy for the consolidated food supply kibble that they want to feed everybody in the West and the rest of the world. So it's getting less cheap and less cheap. Nowhere is cheap to live these days. We work our asses off just to live here. We worked our asses off to get here. Fab NATO wants me to talk about evolution. That's not the time, dude. Send me a big fat super chat and I might think about it, you know? But thank you for watching. I know you've been around for a while. Your name seems familiar. All right, let's see. So the people, let's see. Yeah. We need to, no children seem to be dying, mostly those with big health problems. Yeah, it seems true, namesake Joanna. God bless. I know you're here all the time up in the chat. Has any of your YouTube been taken down? My YouTube gets demonetized a lot. Have videos been taken down? A couple have been, but because it had an Osho clip. One had an Osho clip, and then I had all my videos demonetized at one point last year and monetized on behalf of a fake copyright claim for the intro music to all of my streams. Every one of my streams got monetized on behalf of WMG, on behalf of Latin Autor, who is a spam account, and they do this, like they mass flag videos for content that has, it was unlicensed music that they tried to claim was licensed. It was crazy, and I had to go and pull out and edit out the intro of every one of my streams for the whole year, and then I took a whole month off of YouTube because I was sick of YouTube at that point, because it's the mental illness beauty pageant, which is just what I was talking about today, right? What should the title of this stream be? It's not Frank Tufano versus Tristan, because it wasn't even a debate. Yeah, the intro music's gone. They're saying that chloroquine might show promise. It is an anti-malarial. Cool. Fab NATO, stop saying the same comment over and over again. If you send a big super chat, that will entice me. Yeah, Craig, I think that the whole Q thing is a giant psyop. But you know what? If you guys are right, if the Q stuff is right, then it is what it is. Frank gets smacked, says someone. I don't know if that's it. Tristan, you know the grand solar minimum? Yeah, look, obviously there are cycles, there are seasons, and there are greater cycles than seasons that are longer. As far as like, you know, catastrophic cyclical changes that happen all the time, there are a lot of people out there who just want to freak you out. A lot of alt media is just the same as mainstream media, and it is based on fear mongering. It is based on getting you to buy stupid storable food and freaking people out. Title, I'm done with Frank Tufano. How about Frank Tufano, good global citizen, winner of the mental illness beauty pageant on YouTube. Hey, has anyone tried Status ice cream? I never heard of that. I'm in New Zealand and we have a few cases. I don't think it will be too long before we have a massive outbreak. I hope not. Look, we can't just shut down our lives. This is the thing. We can't just shut down our lives and allow our whole world to be restructured by big tech and big pharma after this. Very disappointed Frank wussed out. Good stream though. Yeah, you know, it had to happen. It's probably better that he wussed out. Not better for him, but, you know, we got it done. We got the job done. And what a coward to call me out so much, to lie about me and slander me, and then won't even come on here and defend it. Won't even come on here and expose me, right? Coward. But I wish him the best. Yeah, Lily. What's up, everybody? Lily, Culerus. Yeah, even my dad, who's usually a big statist, has started flaming the government now. I hope that people are, I mean, this is going to be used. I mean, remember what happened in 2001. This is a global event, a catalyzing event that advances a lot of pieces on the board in what Zbigniew Brzezinski called the grand chessboard. What's the weather like in Ecuador? It's been cold and rainy today. It was rainy in the morning, cold all day. Hopefully we get some sun tomorrow. I'm ready for some sunlight, and then I'm ready for rain again because we need a couple more months of rain to grow the pasture. And I need to be able to make some money so I can get our setup here with our irrigation. That's the next goal, trying to get our irrigation set up. Who thinks I should make like a GoFundMe? Jessica's like said at one point, you know, might be good to do a GoFundMe or something. We have a whole irrigation thing we need to get set up. We're trying to really set up a proper regenerative agriculture system here to use proper, what do you call it? There's so many names to call it. Proper holistic grazing techniques, right? With electric fencing. I've got some temporary electric fencing and I'm getting it set up and I'm learning the system, but we're stoked. For now, what we've been doing is working, but I want to take it to the next level. So we got to get our setup here. We'd like to be able to take volunteers here on our homestead eventually. We'd like to get a dorm built and be able to take volunteers here. Although sometimes a lot of the people that I know that did have taken volunteers, sometimes it just turns into babysitting and it's more work than help. But I think there are some cool people. If we vetted volunteers well, we've had a lot of people who want to come and volunteer. We just don't have a place to house them and we can't feed them. So we got to get more production here. We got to get a better setup. So I don't know. Maybe I should do GoFundMe. Yeah, write a book. See, I can't write a book to teach you guys regenerative agriculture and homesteading because this is something that we've been learning, right? Like we got chickens 7 years ago and started working with cows like a year and a half ago. Sheep this year, at the end of last year. That'd be excellent. Have a retreat, show them how it's done. I mean, retreats, I don't know. It's going to take some time and introspection for Frankie to get well. Yeah, but you know, what do we have right now? Yeah, plenty of that. Repent, people. That's what it's all about. We got to repent. All right, this is not happening because, the big bad evil elite are doing it, right? We all take part in this fallen world. I'm sorry I said you're out of line earlier. It's okay. I'm not offended. I'm not going to ban you or anything, Emma. It's all good. I'm sure I get out of line all the time. I can be a real jerk. But I do wish the best for Frank. And I hope he gets his shit together. Quit calling me out and quit calling everyone out for nonsense. Quit projecting, guy. Quit projecting. Get your own shit together. All your audience, you've built an audience that's pretty toxic up to this point, and there's probably some people in there that actually care about you, but quit abusing them. Yeah, guys, we all need to repent, though. I'm serious. Look, hug your family, love your family, pray, be with your families. All right, I'm going to wrap it up. I might jump up Boiler Room. Guys, check out Alternate Current Radio if you want to hear us talk about things. There's a lot of stuff you can't get into on YouTube too much, but the team over at ACR, damn, some of the most intelligent researchers who've been researching this stuff for decades as well, know their stuff. As far as the audience, I know you guys are really interested in homesteading stuff now. As far as homesteading content, yeah, we're going to definitely put out more. We haven't been able to, we can't expand yet, right? So we need to expand on our homestead and expand on some of these projects before we can put out more content, because it's the same old saying, man. I get up, I move the sheep, milk the cow, right? Same stuff. So homesteading is where it's at, guys, right? Local farms, supporting your local community, local food production, that's what we need to go towards. We got to get rid of this hyper-fragile, hyper-consolidated, nonsensical food system that is showing itself to be incredibly dangerous, toxic to our health, to the health of our soil, and causing fragility in that. So luckily where we live, there is local food production. Unfortunately, where we live and everywhere in the world, there are out-of-control governments that will use any excuse to take more power All right, guys. I'm out of here. God bless everybody. You guys have a good night.
What up's reflection? To bigot. I am ready to save the planet by doing exactly what the big banks tell the TV screens to tell us to do. I feel so empowered on my #vegan journey. Join us as we chant empty slogans for #climate action written by PR firms. We need to save the earth and demand a global totalitarian technocratic government run by big finance and the Fortune 100. Our house is on fire and we need the nice grown-up government to take everyone's land and resources and ration us delicious, sustainable, nutrient-fortified vegan kibble. This is an emergency. Mommy Earth is crying so sad because she wants the mean grown-ups to give poor little 16-year-old human shield Greta her future back.
Do you have anything to add to these debates about just, in particular, the idea that it's kind of too expensive to deal with climate change?
I mean, it is, the money is there. If we can save the banks, then we can save the world. I mean...
Jeffrey Epstein committed suicides and was working alone. Veganism is desirable and fun and make me smile big happy on my insides. I do not hate children. I am not a science denier. I do like science. To fix the #climate crisis we need to sterilize ourselves, starve ourselves, eat babies and grandma and move to a social engineered #smart city to save the earth. There is no time to examine the inconsistencies in our claims or actions or the billions of dollars being leveraged to brainwash us into thinking we want this. We want #climate action now and a #plant-based food system of sustainable fortified kibble. We are not being used. We are truly empowered and full of energy that we are using constructively. We are so empowered and not deceived.
We all share the same values, so we just need to align those values with our actions and join forces. We all want the same thing. We want to see an Earth in the next 50 years.
The money is there. If we can save the banks, then we can save the world. I mean...